Swain to the wall. It's gone! Second grand slam of the day!
Welcome in to the Hub International On Deck Show, presented by Hub International, Louisiana's premier employee benefits and commercial insurance brokerage. Visit hubinternational.com, leading you up to first pitch of LSU baseball with a trip around the SEC, pitching matchups, batting lineups, and a visit with the top Tiger, head coach Jay Johnson. Here come the Tigers. Now, let's go inside the broadcast booth for the call of the game on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Good afternoon, Tiger fans. I'm Jeff Palermo, filling in for the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair. Alongside me, it's Bill Franquez, and Taylor Sharp is producing in the Capital One studios. We are coming to you today from Jacksonville, Florida, VyStar Ballpark, the final day of the Live Like Lou Jacks Classic, a round-robin tournament put on by D1 Baseball and Peak Events. We are coming to you a little bit later than scheduled this afternoon. That's because Notre Dame beat Indiana in extra innings just 40 minutes ago or so, 30 minutes or so ago. So that's why we do have the late start. And this is the final game of the tournament as LSU is looking to complete a 3-0 weekend as they will face the UCF Knights from the Big 12. LSU is ranked first or second, depending on the poll, and the Tigers are coming off a 9-4 victory over Notre Dame. It was another nice game offensively for LSU as the Tigers had 12 hits. Jake Brown had 4 hits. Cade Arrabidi blasted a 2-run home run. The Tigers got another solid start from Cooper Moore, who allowed just 3 runs over 5 2/3 innings. As Notre Dame tried to battle back yesterday, Ethan Plog and Devin Sheeran did outstanding work to prevent the Irish from coming back. Saturday's win followed up a 14-7 victory over Indiana on Friday as the Tigers have started the season 7-0. UCF comes into today's game with a 4-2 record after sweeping Siena last weekend, losing to Miami in extra innings, and then starting off its weekend in Jacksonville with an extra innings win over Notre Dame. But yesterday, the Knights were held to 3 hits and lost to the Indiana Hoosiers 6-1. Last year, UCF was 29-26 overall, 9-21 in the Big 12. A pair of right-handers will start on the mound today. William Schmidt for LSU and Camden Wicker for UCF. If that name sounds somewhat familiar, well, he started against LSU in the Chapel Hill Regional in 2024 for Wofford and pitched well against the Tigers that day. Coming up next, we'll hear from LSU pitching coach Nate Yeske as we get you ready for LSU UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey Tiger fans, get ready to swing for the fences because the 2025 baseball season is upon us, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the home run celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to LSU baseball games or to any other live event in Baton Rouge, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
This is Secretary of State Nancy Landry. Knowing the rules of the game is critical for both athletes and fans. Elections are no different. Changes are coming to Louisiana's primary elections next year, so before voting in April, visit geauxvote.com or download the free Go Vote mobile app. Keep your registration current, understand how your party affiliation affects your options, and learn about offices affected by the new law. Know before you go, and go Tigers!
Hey Tiger fans, get ready to swing for the fences because the 2025 baseball season is upon us, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the home run celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to LSU baseball games or to any other live event in Baton Rouge, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back on the Hub International On Deck Show. Time now to talk with Tigers. Presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
We're back here at VyStar Ballpark, Jacksonville, Florida. Final game of the weekend for the LSU Fighting Tigers taking on the UCF Knights, and we're joined for Talking with Tigers by LSU pitching coach Nate Yeskie. Coach, a great start to the weekend with a pair of victories, excellent outings from your pitching staff. Your thoughts on what you've observed so far about the performance on the mound?
Yeah, I think it's been all right from the front end. I mean, I think that the line score isn't indicative of how well some of those guys have thrown. When you take a look at, I think in the first game there was maybe at 1.6 hits and 4 of them hadn't left the infield. We got kind of twisted a little bit in a bunt situation where could have gotten an out at first base, but they've done a good job of attacking the strike zone. Got a little bit out of hand yesterday, just I believe maybe 6th, 7th inning, and then we're able to reel it back in there on the back end with Devin going out in that second inning of work, and then Dax to finish it up. And there's a competitiveness that's going on with a lot of those guys that they want to pitch more, and they know that we've got some talent down there, and that's why we're running as many guys out there as we can to let it sort itself out and give us a little maybe more insight, because sometimes when the season starts, you see a little bit different competitor in certain guys, and you see things maybe in a way that scrimmages didn't necessarily reveal earlier on in the spring. So it's nice for us to be able to do that. Offense has given us some cushion to do some of those things. So all in all, the kids are really enjoying their time here together. I think I told somebody earlier in the year, they seem to be a really well-connected bunch. They like playing together, and they like playing for one another. And if we can continue to kind of pour some more fuel on that fire, I think we're going to really like how this thing begins to unfold.
You mentioned Devin Sheeran. I thought one thing that stood out in yesterday's game was that when both Devin and Ethan Plog faced some adversity, they responded with some huge strikeouts. So how pleased were you with that response to adversity?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the stuff is one thing, and I think people a lot of times get excited about what a radar gun looks like up on the scoreboard, and you still have to locate pitches. The velocity portion isn't really what it used to be, where as recent as 5-10 years ago, if you had a couple guys going over 95 miles an hour, that was something. Now it's pretty commonplace. I think that you're looking at a majority of pitching staffs will have half of their pitching staff able to go 95 or better. So there's still an element of pitching. You have to be able to subtract. You have to be able to move the baseball around. You have to be able to spin it and really just execute pitches. And at the end of the day, the guys that do that the best are the guys that are going to consistently get out. So Ethan did a better job of that, really out of the chute. And then when it mattered, because the game was kind of, in a position where it could have gone either way with one swing of the bat, and now they're back in it, and he punched out one of their better bats. And then for Devin, I know it was a little bit slippery there to begin with, and then his second inning of work was extremely clean. So it's fun to see that. And I still contend Dax at the back end doing what he did. A lot of guys will play to a score, not a standard. And that's really what we've been trying to emphasize. Whether you're up 5 or down 1, whatever it is, you should be pitching, performing, playing to a standard that you set for yourself, which is pitch execution and doing the things that are required to have success. And I think that's where we'll continue to try to shed light on those things, because if you're playing to the score, there's another game going on here as we speak where one team jumped out, and I think they kind of relaxed a little bit, and then the next thing you know, it's a ball game again in a matter of just a few batters. So trying to keep our edge and finish this weekend up right.
All right, Coach, greatly appreciate it. Good luck today.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bill.
Coach Nate Yeskie with us. Tigers getting set to face the UCF Golden Knights. We're back with a lot more after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Zach Bryant.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
leading you up to first pitch. This is the Hub International On Deck Show. Time now to take a trip around the Southeastern Conference. Presented by Visit Baton Rouge, Louisiana's capital city.
Tiger fans, all LSU Sports Radio Network broadcasts are streamed free on the LSU Sports mobile app. Download for free on iOS or Android. The LSU Sports mobile app, presented by BASF. We create chemistry. And LSU Athletics thanks its corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, FMOL, Health Our Lady to Lake Health, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Now here's Bill Franquez to give us what else is happening in the Southeastern Conference, including a very interesting series that has been developing in Knoxville. Bill?
All right, thanks, Jeff. We'll give you the scores from yesterday's action. First of all, LSU here, as we know, defeated Notre Dame 9-4. South Carolina blanked Navy 8-0. Georgia over Samford 12-4. Mississippi State 10-0 win over Delaware. Alabama swept a doubleheader from Rhode Island by scores of 8-5 and 11-1. Arkansas edged Xavier 7-6. Kentucky split a doubleheader with Evansville. Wildcats win the first game 5-3. Evansville comes back to win game 2 1-0. Ole Miss over Mississippi State 6-3. Oklahoma defeated Coppin State 24-0. Texas over Michigan State 3-1. Texas A&M with a narrow 2-1 win over Penn. Vanderbilt 12, Marist 1 in 7 innings. Auburn, ranked number 5 in the country, defeated number 9 Florida State yesterday 8-5. That game taking place in Arlington, Texas. Missouri over New Haven 17-5. Florida blanked Kennesaw State 11-0 in 7 innings. And yesterday in Knoxville, Kent State, whom LSU played back on Monday in Baton Rouge, Kent State defeated Tennessee 2-1. So that series is even at 1 game apiece. Both games decided by 1 run. Tennessee won the first game on Friday. Kent State evened the series yesterday with a 2-1 victory. So this is how the standings shape up in the SEC after yesterday's games. 3 7-0 teams right now. LSU, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State are all 7-0. Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas A&M are 6-0. Alabama is 7-1. Florida is now 6-1. Arkansas, Auburn, Georgia, and Tennessee are 5-1. Kentucky and South Carolina and Vanderbilt are 5-2. And Missouri is 4-2. So a lot more games going on today in the SEC. We'll keep you updated as the game progresses.
Now time for your game day weather report, brought to you by AccuTemp. Chance of power outages? Never get whole home generator from AccuTemp and keep the power in your hands. The weather has changed here in Jacksonville, but it's still plenty of sunshine. 65 degrees though compared to mid-80s, and the wind is blowing. It's shifted. It's been blowing out to the left all weekend long. Today it's blowing in from left field, kind of more of a crosswind really from left to right here at VyStar Ballpark. But no chance of rain, and the sun is out, so should be a good day for baseball here in Jacksonville. When we come back, we'll tell you about the pitching matchup. Stay tuned for that on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
As a full-service industrial contractor, Bartlett Group specializes in maintenance, turnarounds, and capital mechanical projects, refractory, soft crafts, fabrication, and more. Just a few of the companies that Bartlett represents include Excel Scaffold, DECS, Deltec Manufacturing, GMTS, and Precision Refractory. Bartlett boasts the best talent retention record with highly trained and seasoned professionals. Our mission? To deliver first-class service with the best scaffold system and experts. At Bartlett, our strength is our people, driving our growth and success. Choose Bartlett Group, where exceptional is standard.
When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air conditioning system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Trane. Trane is a proud partner of LSU Athletics. Visit TraneSouth.com today to find a Trane dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train, but it's easy to afford one. Ask for details.
here is a look at the game's pitching matchups as the Hub International On Deck show continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Capital One is offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. What's in your wallet? And Tiger fans, do you think you have what it takes to be a true Caniac maniac? Prove it at the next home baseball game, which is Tuesday night, to win a prize pack courtesy of Raising Cane's One Love. Now here's Bill Franquez with today's pitching matchup.
All right, first of all, for UCF, it's a pitcher that LSU faced 2 years ago, Camden Wicker. Wicker was at Wofford 2 years ago, where he was a teammate of LSU's Zach Cowan. Cowan and Wicker were part of that Wofford team that played LSU in the 2024 Chapel Hill Regional at the University of North Carolina. Wicker started the elimination game against LSU and had some early success against the Tigers. In fact, Tigers fell behind 5-0 early in that contest, but as the early innings progressed, LSU was able to get to Wicker and get back into the game and eventually win that game and eliminate Wofford from the regional. Wicker was very impressive in his first outing here this season against Siena. He threw 5 shutout innings last weekend, allowed just 1 hit, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts as he kept Siena off the scoreboard. In fact, UCF had a dominating weekend against Siena last week to open the season, outscoring Siena in 3 games by a final score of 44-1, a final total score in 3 games of 44-1. But Wicker has a fastball at 89 to 93 miles per hour, curve at 79 to 83, also throws a cutter and a changeup. The changeup at 79 to 82 miles per hour. So he's a guy who tries to keep you off balance with his off-speed pitches, particularly that changeup. And he did have early success against LSU 2 years ago. Tigers eventually did get to him, so hopefully LSU will have as much success against Wicker as they've had so far here in this tournament in Jacksonville. Meanwhile, the LSU Tigers will pitch sophomore right-hander William Schmidt, the native of Baton Rouge, product of Catholic High School. William worked 4 innings in his first start of the season last weekend against Milwaukee. He went 4 innings, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits. He walked 3, did strike out 9. He did allow 1 home run on the day. Schmidt got credit for the victory, though he went only 4 innings. It ended up being a 7-inning game due to the run rule. So William got credit for the victory. He's now 8-0 in his LSU career. He has a very talented arm and what can be a very effective array of pitches. His fastball 95 up to 99 miles per hour. He throws a slider at 86 up to 90 miles an hour on that slider. Also works in a change at 84 to 87 and a curveball at 81 to 84. He's a guy who can be dominant when he's at his best. And LSU certainly will be challenged by this UCF team who has played a lot of competitive baseball so far this season. So a pair of right-handers today, Jeff. William Schmidt of the Tigers and Camden Wicker of the Knights.
Looking forward to it. We're about 12 minutes away from first pitch. This LSU baseball moment is brought to you by ESNH, keeping South Louisiana safe, compliant, and strong with expert environmental and safety solutions. And have the right equipment to take on any job linked to the land? Visit Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, at sunequip.com. When we come back, my conversation with head coach Jay Johnson as we get you closer to first pitch from ViStar Ballpark in Jacksonville on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hi, this is Chef Kevin Belton for People's Health. If you have diabetes, heart failure, or cardiovascular disorder, and you have Medicare, ask about a People's Health Chronic Condition Special Needs Plan. It's a Medicare plan designed to help with the unique needs that go along with these chronic conditions. Call People's Health today. Your benefits could start as early as next month.
Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare.
Hey, Tiger fans, 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength, power, agility, a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. Kick off the season with big savings at the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event.
Toyota is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Experience the drive of the Tiger in a Tundra or Tacoma, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Check out Albertsons for You on our mobile app or at albertsons.com, where you can shop online and save over $300 weekly with digital coupons. Earn reward points every time you shop in-store or online and redeem your points for free groceries. Download the Albertsons app or go to albertsons.com to start saving. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors.
Before the Fighting Tigers take to the field, time to visit with the top Tiger, LSU skipper Jay Johnson. Presented by Hancock Whitney, the official bank and credit card of LSU Athletics. On the Hub International On Deck Show from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Coach Johnson, it's been a great weekend so far in Jacksonville, and hopefully you finish it off with a victory today against Central Florida. Again, some really quality at-bats yesterday. Give us your thoughts on what you've been able to do here through the first 2 days offensively in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think we've played well. I think we've created a lot of opportunities with good strike zone discipline. Obviously, that Friday's game is the most we've ever walked, I think, against any team, and we walk a lot, and we cashed in, with clutch hitting there at the end of the game. Yesterday, at the second inning where we got two out RBIs was a highlight for me, with Simpson and Caraway hitting the ball hard on a line with runners in scoring position. Thought that was a real positive, and then we kind of maintained that for the next 2 innings to jump out 7-0. And if we can do that with how we can match up in the pen, that's going to be a good formula. So I thought that was good. I thought it's been solid, and just looked to play our best game today.
Before I ask you about pitching, I want to ask you about the defensive play that Braden Simpson made out in left field. Obviously, you're rotating some guys out there with Stanfield hurt, but not bad for an infielder to make a play like that, huh?
Yeah, he's just a ball player, and we're going to get him back in there today again, too. I like how he's competed in the box, and that was certainly a great play. That took away a lot of momentum from them yesterday. And, he's just doing a really good job competing, as he's kind of finding his way and role on the team. I'm really proud of him.
That was really a great throw. Nice tag by Seth Dardar. Now, pitching-wise, Cooper Moore, very efficient outing once again, another really good outing. I think this is what we can expect from him on Saturdays, huh?
He's a good pitcher. He's just really tough to plan against because he throws 5 pitches for strikes, and he's such a good competitor. You have to beat him in the zone, and when he can change speeds and move the ball around as much as he can, it really causes a lot of problems. Maybe not quite as loud as Stuff, but he reminds me of Rhett Lauder a lot from Wake Forest, who we faced in Omaha a few years ago, where he's just like, even though he's in the zone, you swing too much, and he's going to eat you alive.
Well, the back of the bullpen was really good yesterday. I mean, give credit to Notre Dame. They really kept battling even though they got down 7-0. Talk about the outings that you got from Ethan Plogin and Devin Sheeran, who came in, let the first 2 guys get on base, and then he finished really strong, striking out the side in the 8th inning.
Yeah, I'm really proud of those guys. They're new to pitching, obviously, at this level of baseball, but they have tremendous stuff. Both those guys can pitch in the major league someday. I'm fully convinced of that. And they had a little bit of adversity that they created for themselves, but they immediately showed how talented they are. I just like the composure. Some small adversity did not bother them, and they really executed. And a big strikeout by Ethan to get Waters to end that inning, and then to get the first out of that inning. Then Devin walked a couple guys and then got us off the field and then was electric in the next inning. So proud of both of them.
Yeah, good stuff from both of those guys. All right, what are we anticipating from UCF this afternoon?
It's a good team. They've played pretty well early in the season. They had a dominant weekend last weekend. They were down to the final strike. They would have won Tuesday at Miami and ended up losing in extra innings. They played well here on Friday night against Notre Dame. I think we have to do a few things. We have to make them get 3 hits to score 1 run. Like Indiana, they'll try to put the ball on the ground, have good speed, good athleticism. So we want to make them earn everything that we have today. The strike zone on the pitcher's mound and then at the plate will dictate who wins today, especially with the park conditions changing quite a bit.
Coach, good luck. Go get them today.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff.
That is Jay Johnson, LSU's head baseball coach. We'll take a break. When we come back, starting lineups as we continue here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. Wrapping up the Hub International On Deck show. We are just moments away from first pitch. Time now for the game's starting lineups. Presented by Cintas. Build a better workday when you partner with Cintas. Visit Cintas.com.
The two coaches are exchanging lineup cards as we speak at home plate with the four umpires. So let's give you the starting lineups for this one. First of all, for UCF, who is the visiting team today. They are 4-2 on the season. Dialmez Ross, the center fielder, will be leading off. He's hitting .333 early on in the season, batting second to third baseman. Javier Crespo batting third. Their best player, Andrew Williamson, a left-handed hitter who plays right field, hitting .364. Landon Moran is in the cleanup spot, the first baseman for the Knights. Batting fifth, the catcher, Zach Skinner. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, a freshman in Steven Chucka. Batting seventh, shortstop, Jordan Lodis. Lodis batting seventh and playing short. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Noah Rabin. Rabin batting eighth and playing left field. And then it's Braden Calise, the second baseman, batting ninth for UCF. And on the mound, right-hander Camden Wicker. For the LSU Tigers, who are 7-0 and coached by Jay Johnson, Derek Curiel will lead it off and play center field. Jake Brown is your right fielder and batting second. Zach York batting third today and playing first. Stephen Milam is the cleanup hitter and playing short. Cade Arambidi is batting fifth and is behind the plate. Seth Dardar gets another start at second base, and he's batting sixth. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Braden Simpson. Getting a start at designated hitter and batting eighth, it's Mason Braun. And then batting ninth, the third baseman, Trent Caraway. And on the mound for the Tigers, the sophomore right-hander, William Schmidt. We're moments away from first pitch between LSU and UCF. Let's take this break, and when we come back, baseball from Jacksonville on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. 17 SEC championships.
One out, bottom of the ninth. Runner at first.
54 NCAA regional and super regional appearances.
Shores comes set. The 0-1.
20 trips to Omaha and the College World Series.
Ground ball towards Dickinson. Flips it to Milam.
8 national titles.
The relay to first in time. Tigers win. Tigers win for the second time in 3 seasons and the 8th time in program history. The Fighting Tigers reach the pinnacle. They stand alone atop the mountain. Your LSU Fighting Tigers, the 2025 college baseball national champions.
The powerhouse. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball. On the LSU Sports Radio Network.
UCF Knights are taking the field as the LSU Tigers and the UCF Knights wrap up the Live Like Lou Jacks Classic from VyStar Ballpark in Jacksonville, Florida. Good afternoon, everyone. Jeff Palermo along with Bill Frankes and Taylor Sharp back at the Capital One studios. The LSU Tigers looking to try to go 8-0 and also win their 16th consecutive game when you go back to last season. Let's take a look at today's recipe for success, brought to you by BRQ Seafood and Barbecue, the official catering service of LSU Athletics. Well, for LSU, the story for them offensively has been the quality at-bats the Tigers have really put together through these first 2 games. LSU winning yesterday 9-4 over Notre Dame, beating Indiana 14-7 on Friday. There just hasn't been too many bad at-bats at all in this series so far. I mean, the Tigers struck out 8 times yesterday, but it never really seemed like they were overwhelmed. I think you got to give a little credit to Notre Dame for doing a little bit better of a job against LSU offensively after the Tigers got up 7-0. For UCF, you heard Jay Johnson just a few moments ago. They will play some small ball, so defensively, LSU needs to be sharp. You would love to see William Schmidt throw strikes today. That's so far been the bugaboo for him, right? When you take a look at what he has done at LSU. Last year, 22 walks in 32 1/3 innings. In his first start this season, 3 walks in 4 innings. And then let's see how the weather plays a factor in today's game, Bill. It's not terribly cold, but it sure is breezy. That wind is whipping across the ballpark today here at VyStar Ballpark.
Yeah, it really is. It'll be interesting to see how it affects fly balls hit to right field. The wind at times appears to be blowing out, but most of the time it looks like a crosswind blowing from left to right. So certainly the wind could be a big-time factor in this contest. Otherwise, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's a gorgeous day, just much cooler than it has been the first 2 days.
So LSU here with Derek Curiel at the plate, as Curiel will lead things off here for the Tigers. 276 average, no home runs and 5 RBIs. Hits one the other way, base hit through the left side of the infield. Curiel gets things started with a leadoff single, his 9th hit off the starting pitcher for UCF, Camden Wicker.
A good start for Derek Curiel. He's been relatively quiet in this tournament so far. Coming in, he was 2 for 9 in the Tigers' previous 2 games. He has scored 4 runs, though, and he gets LSU off to a good start here in the top of the first.
So Jake Brown now will be the hitter for the Tigers. Brown coming off a 4-hit performance yesterday, and his average is now up to 469, so that leads the team. You have several hitters in this LSU lineup hitting over 400. Brown, Zach York, Seth Dardar, and Braden Simpson. Curiel's got a decent lead over at first, and the pitch from the UCF starting pitcher, Camden Wicker, is just outside, and it's 1-0.
Brown was hitless in Friday's game, but rebounded with 4 hits yesterday.
Good swing there from Brown, but he fouls it off, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. LSU the visitors today here at VyStar Ballpark in Jacksonville, wearing their gold tops with the white pants. UCF in their home white pinstripes. If you can imagine Chicago White Sox, that's kind of their uniform. Black hats, black socks. Most of their pants are down to their spikes, but clean look for both teams out there. And of course, LSU wearing the championship gold on Sunday, trying to go 3-0 over the course of this weekend. Camden Wicker's got a 2-1 count, and instead he throws over the first. Curiel back in safely.
Wicker's a pretty imposing figure on the mound. He is 6'7", 190 pounds. He's a junior. Pitched his freshman year at Wofford back in 2024 and then transferred to UCF prior to last season.
2 balls and 1 strike. Curiel to lead. He is not going at Brown. A big swing, but unable to make contact. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last year, as a sophomore, Wicker was 0-2 in 12 appearances, made 7 starts, a 4.59 ERA, 33 1/3 innings. He struck out 31, he walked 13, and opposing hitters hit .222 against him. The 2-2 is low and in. Good job by the catcher for UCF, Zach Skinner, to block it. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if Curiel is taking off. We are just underway from VyStar Ballpark. No score in the top of the first. Now here is the 3-2. Brown goes the other way, a liner out to the left fielder, and Noah Rabin makes the grab, and that's out number 1 here in this first inning. Rabin is in left. Diomez Ross, who is a really good center fielder, is out there in center, and Andrew Williamson, he's at right. Javier Crespo at third, Jordan Lodis at short, Braden Calise, the second baseman. Landon Moran is at first, and then Zach Skinner is your catcher. Camden Wicker's got 1 out, and now he faces the left-handed hitter, Zach York. Curiel has to dive back after another throw by Camden Wicker, who did not allow a run in his first start, went 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, walked 4, and struck out 4. Another throw over the first, and back in there is Curiel.
As we said earlier, UCF opened the season with a 3-game sweep of Siena. Outscored Siena 44-1 in those 3 games. Then they lost a 13-inning midweek game at Miami before coming here to Jacksonville.
Inside, and it is 1-0 to Zach York. Then won a thrilling game over Indiana on Friday night, or over Notre Dame on Friday night.
Yeah, 10-inning victory over Notre Dame. They trailed going into the 8th inning 2-0, tied it, sent the game into extras, and then won it over the Irish. And then last night, Indiana defeated UCF 6-1.
The 1-0 to York, that's right in there for a strike, and it's 1-1, an off-speed pitch from Camden Wicker. UCF has only had 7 hits here this weekend in Jacksonville. We'll try to get the bats going. We're in the top of the first, 1 out, 1 on. Curiel's got the lead over at first after the leadoff single. Zach York's got a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's down low, and it's 2-1.
York has been very effective this weekend in Jacksonville, hitting .556 in 2 games. He's 5 for 9. He's got 1 home run, 4 RBI, and he's scored 3 times.
409 for the season with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs for the big guy. 2 balls and a strike. Curiel will have to dive back again. Decent move there from Wicker. We mentioned it. Wicker faced LSU in that exciting regional in Chapel Hill. I mean, all those games were pretty intense. LSU had to play Wofford twice. If you remember, they got down 5-0 to Wofford with Wicker on the mound in an elimination game that the Tigers ended up winning. The 1-1, or the 2-1 pitch, by the way, to York was down and in, and it's ball 3. Wicker ended up going 4 innings in that game. Here's the 3-1, and that's right down the middle, a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, did not walk anyone, and he struck out 6. LSU would end up winning that game 10-6. 3 balls, 2 strikes, another throw over the first, and Carriel back in safely.
And the Tigers later that same day defeated North Carolina to force a Game 7 the next day. And as we know, Tigers
score. Carriel takes off. York hits a mile-high pop-up. Let's see what the wind does with it. It's behind second base. The shortstop backpedaling. Jordan Lodis makes the grab. In shallow center field. 2 away here for the Tigers in the first inning. Carriel retreats back to first. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Stephen Milam will hit now for the Tigers with a man at first. Carriel's been stuck there since his leadoff single on the first pitch of the game. Milam is hitting .308. The Tigers shortstop has no home runs and 7 RBIs. And the first pitch just off the outside corner from Wicker at 90 miles an hour.
Milam 3 hits in 8 at-bats in this weekend tournament. .375 average. He has a double, 2 runs batted in.
Batting from the left side against the right-handed pitcher Wicker. Here's the 1-0 right down the middle for strike 1. LSU women's basketball getting underway against Missouri. Softball won a couple of dramatic games last night over the Cajuns and Michigan State. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here for Milam. Another throw over the first. Carriel diving back in again.
Milam so far this season as a left-handed batter is hitting .313, 5 hits in 16 at-bats.
Playing his outstanding defense too. Been tremendous over there. Has made a couple of nifty plays here. There goes Carriel. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second, and nice job by Carriel to avoid the tag as he slid to the back part of the base. And the shortstop, Lodis, he came up and caught the ball in front of the bag and really had to reach behind him to try to get the tag on Carriel, and Carriel gets in there safely with the stolen base.
Second steal of the year for Carriel.
So he's in scoring position here with 2 outs in the top of the first. A 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Milam checked his swing, but the third base umpire, Ray Chamberlain, said he went around, and Milam strikes out. LSU can't do anything with the leadoff single, so after a half inning of play, LSU nothing with UCF coming to the plate on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
In Baton Rouge, locals don't just love their home. They love sharing it. Discover a city where culture is abundant, hospitality comes naturally, and the best spots are never kept secret. With the vibrancy of a big city and the ease of a weekend getaway, Baton Rouge invites you to slow down, savor, or soak it all in. Find your pace at visitbatonrouge.com.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA. It is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, is proud to be LSU's championship health partner. Together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake are champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU. And join MMR, the largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation and a proud partner of LSU Athletics. The Tigers and UCF, we are moving into the bottom of the first. Glad he could join us here on the LSU Sports Radio Network as LSU trying to get to 8-0. William Schmidt on the mound here for the Tigers. Dialmez Ross will lead it off here for the Knights. And he's hitting .333 early on in the season. Has a home run and 5 RBIs.
William Schmidt looking to keep his career record at LSU unscathed as he enters today's game with an 8-0 mark as a Tiger. He was 7-0 last year as a freshman and got the win last Sunday over Milwaukee as Cade Arambidi appears to have an issue with his communications headset. He's over at the LSU dugout in front of, on the first base side, trying to get it rectified.
And that has been resolved, so Arambidi returns to behind home plate. Ross, a left-handed hitter. Schmidt will face 3 out of the first 4 hitters in this UCF lineup are left-handers. And here's the first pitch by Schmidt. Fastball just misses a little high and away at 95 miles an hour. Ross from Melbourne, Florida. He's a transfer from Florida State. Really good defender, as I mentioned in the last half inning, as he is the UCF center fielder. The 1-0 misses low and away, and it's 2-0. Last year he hit .359, 84 hits, 35 RBIs, 15 doubles. Hits a high pop-up foul territory on the first base side, well out of play here at ViStar Ballpark, and the count is 2-1 to the UCF leadoff man.
Ross is part of a transfer portal class that UCF believes will lead it to a much better season than last year.
Swing and a miss there from Ross, and it's now 2-2. UCF last year went 29-26. They were 20-5 in non-conference play, and then just struggled, especially in the back half of the Big 12 schedule, as that pitch is a little bit high, and it's now 3-2 to Ross. They went 9-21 in the Big 12 last year after making a regional in 2024. The 3-2 pitch hit out into left field. Braden Simpson will have to get down on one knee to make the grab, and that's out number 1. Nice job there by Braden Simpson. Made a really nice play yesterday, throwing out a runner, trying to stretch a single to a double. And Simpson seems like he's getting a little more comfortable out there in left field.
That's good to see. You know, he's not played a whole lot of outfield in his college career for sure. He was primarily an infielder at High Point and worked mostly as an infielder here at LSU in the fall.
Javier Crespo making his second start for UCF, and he fouls one back to the screen. He's 4 for 8 at the plate so far this season with a double and a homer, and he's got 4 RBIs, this Crespo. So off to a really good start. He's from Orlando. The 0-1 pitch just misses low and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Orlando just about 2 hours south of here in Jacksonville.
The 1-1. Well, that pitch went behind the head of Crespo, but he didn't move. And lucky the ball didn't hit his bat. It's a 2-1 count here as Schmidt is a little bit all over the place through the first batter and a half here. Now the 2-1. That was a good pitch up in the zone, and all Crespo could do was foul it back at 95 miles an hour. Good crowd on hand. They're wearing jackets. It's not terribly cold. Some of the fans down the right field line are sitting there a little further away from the action to be in the sun. 2-2, another pop-up, shallow left field. Coming in is Simpson. He'll give way to Curiel in left center field, and Derek Curiel squeezes it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here for William Schmidt and the Tigers, and that will bring up UCF's best player, Andrew Williamson, the right fielder.
Williamson has 2 hits so far in this tournament. He's 2 for 7 on the weekend with 1 RBI.
Hit .352 last season, 75 hits. Left-handed hitter, takes strike one. Had 13 home runs, 53 RBIs. All Big 12 honorable mention. And he's on the Golden Spikes Award watch list. He lifts a pop-up, foul territory. Aaron Beatty gives a look, but it ends up in the stands here at ViStar Ballpark. And it's 0-2 to Williamson, who's hitting .364 this season. 8 hits and 22 at-bats. He's got a double. He's got a couple triples. He's got a home run, 7 RBIs, off to a really good start. He's in the hole here, 0-2. 2 outs, nobody on, no score in the first. Schmidt rocks and fires. Chopper right back to Schmidt, handles it cleanly, flips it over to York, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for William Schmidt and the LSU Tigers. We've played one in Jacksonville, no score between LSU and UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Score big with MMR. Join the team at the largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. MMR is committed to positioning each team member for success. Whether you're a student seeking an internship, just starting your career, or already a seasoned professional, MMR offers a variety of positions just for you. Get in the game at MMR, where your future is bright. Kick off your career at mmrgrp.com/careers. MMR, a proud partner of LSU Athletics. If you live in Louisiana, you know what the mini plants up and down the river mean for our state's economy. And for over 40 years, Action Industries has been committed to providing quality construction, maintenance, operational, and consulting services through the refinery and petrochemical industries. When it comes to safety and quality, Action Industries beats the industry standard. Call today or visit actionindinc.com. That's actionindinc.com.
Follow the powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
One of our great sponsors for LSU baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network is Walk-On Scratch-Made Dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro. Game on. We're in the second inning here in Jacksonville. Jeff Palermo and Bill Franquez. No score. And Cade Aaron Beatty to lead it off. He hits a two-hopper to the pitcher, and it goes right between his legs. The third baseman, Crespo, fields it, but Aaron Beatty has himself an infield single. That was one where the pitcher, Camden Wicker, thought the ball was going to bounce a little higher than it did, and it went right between his legs. I think you got to give that a hit.
Yeah, we'll see. We've had a couple of calls that were questionable that were later reversed, but it looks like they've credited the error to Wicker.
I think that could go either way.
Yeah,
I'm not going to complain too much on that one.
Very fortunate either way for the Tigers, though, and Aaron Beatty.
It's probably a play that Wicker should make.
Yeah.
Not the easiest play. Dardar will take the pitch outside. Seth Dardar now hitting .444. 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. His slugging percentage is 1,000. 1-0 count. Aaron Beatty has the lead over at first. Dardar, a left-handed hitter. He has started all 3 games at second base here in Jacksonville. Aaron Beatty started and then stopped, and the pitch missed outside, so it's a 2-0 count here to Seth Dardar. In the on-deck circle, it's Braden Simpson and then Mason Braun, the freshman designated hitter, batting 8th in the Tigers lineup today.
Dardar 3 hits and 6 at-bats in this event.
2 balls and no strikes. The pitch. Low and inside, 3-0. And Camden Wicker had a little tapper, unable to handle it. That sometimes plays with the pitcher's head. Thinking, man, I should have one out here. Shouldn't have to be worrying about a runner at first. He worked around a leadoff single in the first inning, but now he has fallen behind Dardar at 3-0. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner, 3-1.
Dardar, as we said, 3 for 6 in this tournament. 2 of the 3 hits are doubles. He's also driven in 3 runs and scored once. Certainly has made a case to be the everyday second baseman early in this season.
Jason Bradley is your home plate umpire. Chris Tipton is at first. Danny Cricks at second, and Ray Chamberlain is at third. The 3-1 strike at the knees, 3-2. And we've been watching to see how that battle at second base will work out. You got Dardar in the mix. You got Tanner Reeves, and then of course you got Braden Simpson.
Right.
But with Stanfield's injury, it's allowed Simpson to get some playing time in left field. 3 balls and 2 strikes. But once Stanfield comes back, he'll be back out in left field pretty much every game. And it will be then a 3-way battle between Dardar, Simpson. Now you could go the platoon route between Dardar and Simpson, lefty-righty, and then Reeves is a left-handed hitter too. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Good job there by Camden Wicker. Comes back from a 3-0 count, and Dardar was looking for something else there. The pitch was up in the zone, unable to make contact, or didn't even swing at it. And that is a big out. It was a breaking ball that was on the inner half of the plate, and it was a nice pitch by Wicker.
What a recovery by Wicker. He commits the error on the leadoff hitter. Down 3-0 to Dardar, but comes back and fires 3 straight strikes.
So 1 away, 1 on, no score, top of the second. Wicker pitching from the stretch, and he'll face Braden Simpson, and that one misses a little bit high, 1-0. Simpson hitting .429. This is his 5th start. 3 for 7, a couple doubles and 3 RBIs. And an outfield assist yesterday, throwing out a runner at second, and also had some good at-bats. Chops one foul towards the UCF dugout on the third base side, and it's 1-1.
Simpson really did have a good day yesterday that he threw out the runner at second base. He also had an RBI double in the second inning that was LSU's first run of the game, and he later added another RBI with a bases-loaded walk.
1-1. Jay Johnson said in our pregame interview, really liked his at-bats yesterday. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. On Friday, he got lifted early when Indiana went from a left-handed starting pitcher to a right-handed reliever, and Tanner Reeves came into the game. But when Simpson was up that second time, he stayed in the game when Notre Dame took their left-handed starter out and went to a right-handed reliever. The 2-1 pitch, that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-2 as Simpson takes it. Another one that was kind of up in the zone. And that's when he delivered that double you were talking about, Bill, is Jay decided not to bring in Tanner Reeves at that point early in the game, kept Simpson out there, and it really paid off. The 2-2 pitch, tomahawks one up in the air. Foul territory, third base side, doesn't stay in play. No, it ends up in the third row, takes a big bounce over there. There's a good group of UCF fans here, as you would expect. Only a couple hours away.
And Braden Simpson had a great year last year at High Point, which was his junior year there. He was a third-team All-American, first-team All-Big South Conference. He hit .389 last year, 24 doubles, 22 home runs. Hopefully that translates here to LSU.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Second Tiger to get caught looking here. And there's now 2 down, and again, give Camden Wicker, who's a veteran out there. This is a guy that's got multiple years of pitching on the collegiate level under his belts and shaking off that air, and he has struck out the next 2 hitters. Now bring up Mason Braun, who had 3 hits on Friday coming off the bench. And Braun, the left-handed hitter, takes a strike. Seems like Jason Bradley's strike zone, he's calling the high strike in this game, and Camden Wicker is taking advantage of that. Aaron Beatty still the runner over at first. 2 down here in the top of the second and no score. Wicker comes set. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch there. A changeup at 80 miles per hour, and Braun was fooled. 0-2.
Braun with a big day back on Friday, coming off the bench and collected 3 hits in the win over Indiana.
The 6'7" right-hander from Viera, Florida comes set. Here's the 0-2, and it's up and in to Braun, who had to turn his back away from the pitch, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Aaron Beatty still over at first base. Mason Braun trying to get a big 2-strike, 2-out hit, and he gets hit by the pitch, and it doesn't bother him one bit. He quickly flipped the bat over towards the LSU dugout as it hit him in the leg, and he trots over to first. So Wicker's got to be disappointed in himself there. 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, and instead he hits Mason Braun, and they'll bring up Trent Caraway.
Tigers with a couple of free bases in this inning. It's something that Jay Johnson really preaches in his offensive game. Tigers must take advantage of the free bases opportunity. The error that committed by Wicker on Aaron Beatty's ground ball, and now a hit by pitch with 2 outs. And stepping to the plate is Trent Caraway, who is the only LSU Tiger to have a hit in every game this season. He has a 7-game hit streak on the line today, trying to give LSU its first lead here.
He's hitting .375 with a home run and 11 RBI, slugging .667, on-base percentage of .4,000, 1 walk to 4 strikeouts. You got Aaron Beatty at second, Braun at first, 2 outs in the top of the second, no score. Caraway, the number 9 hitter in the Tigers lineup, and the pitch is hit out in the center field. Going back is Ross in front of the warning track. He's there to catch it for the final out of the inning. Tigers leave 2 more runners on base. They've left 3 through an inning and a half. No score from Jacksonville on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Every Tiger knows it's not just about where you are, it's about how you play the game. At LSU Online, we bring that same grit and greatness to your education. Whether you're watching from Baton Rouge or beyond, you can earn your degree on your time from anywhere. Flexible, online, built for Tiger Nation. Visit online.lsu.edu and win where you are. Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are.
Live action of LSU Fighting Tiger baseball continues from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
We head to the bottom of the second. No score between LSU and UCF as William Schmidt gets ready for his second inning of work. He retired the side in order in the first inning. LSU has left 3 runners on base so far in their 2 plate appearances. And the number 4 hitter in the UCF lineup, Landon Moran, will lead things off. He takes strike 1 on a nasty breaking ball from Schmidt. That catches the knees, the 0-1. Fastball there, and he blew it past him, and it's 0-2.
Moran 1 for 6 so far this weekend for UCF.
Hitting .261. He's got a home run and 8 RBIs, 6 hits and 23 at-bats, and he scored 7 times. Fouls the 0-2 pitch back to the screen. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana is proud to be the official health insurance of LSU Athletics. Louisiana Blue. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Schmidt from the windup, and the right-hander delivers. That's up high, 1-2. The shade is creeping out towards the pitcher's mound. So the pitcher is in full sunshine while the catcher and home plate umpire are in complete shade. Hitting conditions can't be too easy right now. The 1-2, that's high and away, and it's 2-2. Beautiful ballpark here at VyStar Ballpark in Jacksonville. 321 down the left field line, 317 down the right field line, 400 the straightaway center, and 365 in the power alleys. Right field wall goes up about 22 feet to 2-2. Swing and a miss. Schmidt gets the strikeout, 95 on that four-seam fastball. First strikeout of the afternoon for the Baton Rouge product. One down here in the second.
Excellent work that time by William Schmidt. Got ahead quickly on Moran 0-2 and then finished the job with that 2-2 four-seam fastball.
Zach Skinner will hit, a transfer from Lamar. He's hitting .286 with a home run and 7 RBIs. And William Schmidt delivers another strike. Good first pitch strikes here from William Schmidt. So he looks for another 1-2-3 inning here. Schmidt quickly gets the ball and delivers it again and pounds the strike zone, that time on the outer half on a curveball. And it's 0-2.
If he can consistently throw that pitch for strikes, he's going to be tough to beat.
And the 0-2. This one drilled out into left center field, and it's going to fall in there for a base hit. Nice job by Zach Skinner on the 0-2 pitch. Schmidt probably got too much of the plate there. And Skinner singles.
Yeah, he left that curveball up a little bit too much. 0-2 pitch, you want to keep it out of the zone, but Skinner took advantage of the mistake.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hanger, and he blasted it out into left field. Toyota summer starts here. Sales events on now. Start your summer right in an exciting new Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Now hitting is Steven Chukka, the designated hitter. Takes the first pitch up high. This is his first start, his 5th game. He's 1 for 4 on the season with a hit and a run scored. 1 ball, no strikes. Skinner, the short lead at first. He pops one up out in the shallow right field. Dardar going out. The Tiger second baseman will glove it for out number 2. Here in the second, we have no score.
Nice play by Seth Dardar. Not an easy play by any means. Second baseman having to run backwards and locate that ball in the sun in shallow right field. He makes the play in front of Brown, the right fielder.
Jordan Lodis, the freshman shortstop for UCF. He has started all 6 games for the Knights. .286 hitter, a home run and 6 RBIs. Schmidt from the stretch with Skinner at first, and the fastball a little bit high, 1-0. This SEC scoreboard update presented by Republic Finance. Visit Republic Finance for all your personal loan needs. Get started at republicfinance.com/Tigers. In Knoxville, Kent State beats Tennessee for a second consecutive game. The 1-0, and he blew it past him, and it's 1-1. 9-5 the win today for the Golden Flashes.
Well, we knew Kent State had a quality program, and Jay Johnson was really proud of the Tigers for getting that win back on Monday night against Kent State at Alec Box.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Kent State won yesterday 2-1. And today they get the 9-5 win over the 13th ranked Vols.
They weren't that far away from getting a sweep, as the first game on Friday night won by Tennessee was a 1-run decision.
Jordan Lodis is at the plate. No score, 2 outs, just a runner at first base, 1 and 2 count here for Schmidt. Soft toss over the first. No tag applied as Skinner back easily.
We'll get you up to date on some other SEC scores. A lot of games starting earlier than ours today, and there are some other finals in.
There's been some blowouts today. My goodness. 1-2 pitch fouled off back to the screen, so we'll stay right there.
I can tell you that Auburn defeated Louisville today 10-6. Auburn playing in the event at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. So Auburn won all 3 games there this weekend. They beat Kansas State, Florida State, and Louisville. Auburn, a top 10 team. Looks like Butch Thompson has an outstanding club again this year.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner fake going, and the breaking ball is down and away on the curveball, and it's 2-2.
Texas blanked Michigan State today 4-0. Oklahoma State shut out Coppin State 11-0. Georgia over Samford 22-0.
One of those blowouts I was talking about.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Good job here by Lodis. He's just fighting, fouls another one off.
Another final was Arkansas 11, Xavier 0. Missouri beat New Haven 16-2. Top of the 9th, Florida leads Kennesaw State 12-5. Bottom of the 7th, Mississippi State leads Delaware 5-2. Vanderbilt leads Marist 8-1 in the top of the 8th.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Strike 3. Boy, Lodis's knees were bending on that one. He had no idea where that breaking ball was going to end up, and a good job by William Schmidt to work around the 1-out single. 2 strikeouts in that inning for the sophomore right-hander. We played 2 from Jacksonville, still no score between LSU and UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The original Louisiana hot sauce is proud to be the official hot sauce of your LSU Tigers. And our peppery peppers add so much flavor to your food, it'll taste good on anything, even SEC rivals. Gator? Chomp chomp. Beef? Hook 'em. Pork? Woo. Pig suey. So next time you're enjoying an LSU game, grab the original Louisiana hot sauce. Handcrafted so you can enjoy our rivals too. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
We head to the top of the 3rd inning of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball. Presented by Bengal Pest Products. Guaranteed overnight extermination with Bengal.
3rd inning, no score between UCF and LSU as Derek Currio leads it off for the Tigers, and he'll take an off-speed pitch in for strike 1. Currio led off the game. First pitch, a single through the left side of the infield, but other than stealing second base, unable to advance beyond that. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that one nearly hit him. He had to skip out of the way of it. One ball, oh, it did hit him. There was absolutely no signal at all from the umpire, but Curriel is trotting down over the first, and he's on base for the 2nd time today.
It's the 3rd straight inning now that LSU has the leadoff man on. Unfortunately, the Tigers have not been able to take advantage of that. See perhaps if they can get to Camden Wicker here in the 3rd.
Ball hit him in his back of his foot as he tried to get out of the way of that slider down and in. And here's Jake Brown now. Flew out to left field his first time up, and Wicker threw a whole bunch of balls over the first base when Curriel was at first in the 1st inning. So he starts off this at-bat by checking in on Curriel. No score, 3rd inning. Nobody out. Curriel on base. Brown, and that ball got away from the catcher. Skinner never able to get a hand on it or a glove on it, and Curriel walks to second on the wild pitch. The meat of the order presented by 44 Farms as LSU has the top of its order, and now Central Florida will, I believe, send its pitching coach out there to talk with Camden Wicker, who has had the leadoff man aboard in all 3 of his innings.
Pitching coach for UCF is Drew Thomas. He's in his 3rd season along with head coach Rich Wallace. Wallace became the head coach at UCF prior to the 2024 season. after a lot of success as Notre Dame's recruiting coordinator. In fact, he was part of the Notre Dame staff that led the Irish to the College World Series in 2022. And he's now in his third season as the head coach at UCF. He's a former UCF player. He led the Knights to a regional in 2024, but last year, as we discussed, UCF had a disappointing season.
UCF picked to finish 10th in the Big 12. Brown's got a 1-0 count. Curiel's got his leadoff of second. That shadow line now has crossed the front part of the mound. The 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. So, quick trivia question, Bill. How many teams are now in the Big 12?
You know, when you said pick to finish 10th in the Big 12.
Your mind started racing?
Yeah, I was thinking, how many teams are in the Big 12? I have no idea. I'm sad. I'm ashamed to say.
14
Thank
teams.
you. Thank
14
you.
teams. 1 ball, 1 strike. Line drive, base hit out in the center field. Curiel's going to make the turn around third. He's headed home. He will score without a throw, and the Tigers grab a 1-0 lead here in the third inning. Jake Brown, solid single up the middle. And for Brown, that is RBI number 14, which leads the team.
5 hits now this weekend for Jake Brown, his second RBI here in Jacksonville. And the Tigers finally do take advantage of having the leadoff man on base with a run. LSU looking to add more now with nobody out and Brown at first base.
Zach York now up at the plate. Brown to lead off at first as LSU strikes first in the third, up 1-0, and they'll check on Jake Brown. Throw over there as Brown has himself 2 stolen bases on the season. Tanner Reeves, Brown, and Curiel are the team leaders in steals early on, each having 2. TCU, by the way, is picked to win the Big 12. Arizona is expected to finish second, West Virginia third, Arizona State fourth. 1-0 Tigers here in the third. Nobody out, and Zach York takes a strike on the outside corner. York popped out his first time up as his average dipped below 400. He's now at 391, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. Wicker comes set, and the pitch. That's down in the dirt, and it's 1-1.
A little bit of bullpen activity now for UCF, and it's a familiar name to Tiger fans. Chandler Dorsey, a right-hander who was on last year's LSU team. He transferred after the season here to UCF. He's beginning to warm up. He is a very hard-throwing right-hander.
1 ball, 1 strike. Quick throw, and back safely.
Speaking now that we've talked about the Big 12 a little bit, it does remind me we did face the Big 12 champion last year in West Virginia. West Virginia, of course, played in the Super Regional in Baton Rouge.
And expected to have another good season this year. The 1-1, off-speed pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. One nothing lead here for LSU on the Jake Brown single. He's at first, nobody out in the third. The pitch to York. That's strike 3 on the inside corner. And another strikeout looking. That is 4 strikeouts for Wicker, and 3 of them have been by the Tigers standing there with the bat on their shoulder. 1 down. Well, he's doing something, Bill, to keep these LSU hitters off balance, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, he's done a great job in mixing his pitches, mixing speeds, and hitting his spots.
Here's Stephen Milam, and he hits one hard but foul down the first base line, off the netting there, above the tarp that's down the right field line. Milam, he was a strikeout victim in the first. That was the first time Milam has struck out this season. How about that? Came into the game hitting .308. He's now got a .296 average as that one misses a little bit low, 1-1. Milam sporting some pink shoes today. Very flashy.
Yeah, he has traditionally, of course, worn that pink sleeve under his jersey. Now he's got the shoes to go with it.
No sleeve, but he's got a pink elbow protector as he hits. One ball, one strike. Brown getting his lead off at first. Infield looking to turn two. The outfield playing Milam straight up, not overly deep. Ground ball through the right side of the infield for a base hit. Brown trying to go from first to third. The throw is deflected on the cutoff, and so Brown gets into third safely. Milam a base hit. And the Tigers have runners at the corners with one out, up 1-0, and already one in this inning.
Stephen Milam, as he does so often, delivers in a key situation for LSU. Hits behind the runner into right field. Brown, who has great speed, easily able to advance from first to third. And Tigers now with runners at the corners. Still just one out for Kate Arambidi.
Arambidi reached on an error in the second, a chopper, a little tapper that the pitcher Wicker could not handle. Wicker would love to turn two and limit the damage here to just one run. One out. Brown's at third. Milam is at first. Arambidi takes the first pitch up high, 1-0. That base hit by Milam. A Bengal Pro Exterminators base hit, guaranteed overnight extermination with Bengal.
Arambidi with 3 hits in this weekend event, including a home run and a double.
1-0, and it clipped him. Another hit batsman here, and Wicker is in all kinds of trouble now. Bases are loaded with one out for Seth Dardar.
Chandler Dorsey warming up with a sense of urgency right now. No movement yet from the UCF dugout.
Well, the left-handed hitter up, and you got another right-hander warming up in the bullpen. I don't know, they'll play the percentage. It's not necessarily a percentage, but just see if.
And he did strike out Dardar last time, but now timeout's called.
Yeah, Skinner, the catcher, is going to walk out and have a few words with Wicker, and those are the only two that will talk here.
May just be a little bit of a delay or a stalling tactic to allow Dorsey to throw a few more warm-up pitches. We'll see.
Hey, Tiger baseball fans, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the home run celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling baseball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Bases are packed with Tigers. They're up 1-0, and now, after Skinner had returned to home plate, the head coach for UCF will make the move and go to the bullpen. We have our first pitching change of the game. It comes here in the top of the third with LSU up by 1 and looking for more with the bases loaded. Pitching changes are powered by Sunshine. Need a game-changing upgrade? Trust Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, to keep your home turf in tip-top shape. Former LSU Tiger Chandler Dorsey will take the ball. We'll tell you more about him when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, we know that every great game starts with a perfect field. Our equipment, whether it's a mower or a tractor, we can ensure your grass is always game day ready, so you can focus on making memories. Because at the end of the day, it's more than just a game. It's about the community, the joy, and the LSU traditions. Visit sunequip.com to get the best starting lineup of John Deere equipment. Sunshine is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics.
Live action of LSU Fighting Tiger baseball continues. From the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Chandler Dorsey, the new UCF pitcher, the former LSU Tiger, a 6'4" senior right-hander at 240 pounds from Lakeland, Florida. Only appeared in 5 games for the Tigers last year. And he comes into a tough situation with LSU up 1-0 in the third. Bases are loaded, and Seth Dardar at the plate. Here's the pitch to Dardar. Strike one. Nice job there by Dorsey to get the curveball over.
Dorsey with a nice breaking ball that time, but he's known primarily for his velocity. He's up to 99 miles per hour so far this season.
Pitching from the stretch with the bases loaded. Here comes the 0-1, a fastball, and turning on it was Dardar. He's got that quick bat. He was able to foul it down the first base line, and he's in the hole here, 0-2 with 1 out.
This season for UCF, Dorsey making his 3rd appearance. He's worked just an inning and 2/3, been charged with 3 runs on just 1 hit. He has no walks and 3 strikeouts.
Brown the runner at third, Milam at second. Aaron Beatty's at first. The 0-2 hit out into left center field. Moving over there is Rabin. He gloves it. He's going to throw to third as Brown will easily score from third base to make it 2-0 on the sacrifice fly by Seth Dardar, who now has 10 RBIs on the season.
Nice work there by Dardar, down in the count to Dorsey quickly 0-2, but he lifts the ball into left field, allowing Brown to score easily.
Nice job by Dardar. 2 strikes, able to make contact. And here is Braden Simpson, who struck out his first time up. Milam is still at second. Aaron Beatty is still the runner at first base. Dorsey's pitch, strike right in there. Slider at 82. No sleeves on Chandler Dorsey. Big frame at 6'4", 240 pounds. Good student. Was an SEC academic honor roll recipient last year, as the 0-1 is just inside 1-1. Of course, he was at USF before that and had 8 saves for USF in 2024, and thought he might have a bigger role on last year's team. It just never worked out that way. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch. Breaking ball, and taking off for third is Milam, and he's going to get there as the ball was in the dirt. Skinner took him a second to find it, and Milam recognized it right away and got to third. Aaron Beatty is still at first.
You're right about Dorsey. Had great success at South Florida in the 2024 season. Was one of the highlights of LSU's transfer portal class going into the 2025 season, but as you said, it just didn't happen for him as a Tiger.
2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Simpson squaring around, and then had a spin out of the way as the pitch was inside. 3-1. 96 there on the fastball. Mason Braun is on deck. Here's the 3-1. Getting a piece of it was Simpson as he fouled it back to the netting. So full count, Aaron Beatty will be able to take off with the pitch from first base with 2 outs. 2 runs in the third. The Tigers now lead it 2-0 over the Knights. Not a cloud in the sky today in Jacksonville. Wind is whipping though. Left to right across VyStar Ballpark. Now the 3-2 as Aaron Beatty takes off. That pitch is in the dirt. Simpson draws the walk. And the bases are loaded again here for the Tigers.
It's the first walk allowed by Dorsey this season, though he has hit 4 batters during this season. Tigers taking advantage of the free bases so far in this inning. Would love to see them try to punctuate this inning now with Mason Braun at the plate.
Braun was hit by a pitch his first time up. Braun, balk. A balk has been called. The pitch was delivered to the plate, and Milam will score to make it 3-0, and everybody else moves up a base. Aaron Beatty's now over at third, and Simpson's at second as the Tigers have taken a 3-0 lead with all 3 runs scoring here in the third.
Jay Johnson spotted it right away. He was out of the dugout immediately to make sure the umpires noted the balk.
So Mason Braun with runners at second and third takes one inside. That's the first official pitch of the at-bat, as it was inside. Dorsey set and a pitch. Missed up high, 2-0. Dorsey, big part of the plans for the UCF bullpen. And another guy that the Knights were counting on that has yet to pitch this season is Chris Sanowski. He's been battling an injury. 2 balls and no strikes here to Braun. Low, ball 3, and Dorsey really struggling to find the strike zone. Walked Simpson and now has fallen behind Braun as it's 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. Missed down low, ball 4. Braun takes his base. He has reached twice today, hit by a pitch in the second, and now he walks, and the base is loaded again here for the Tigers. And the number 9 hitter, Trent Caraway, will step up to the plate.
4 free bases now issued to LSU, and 5 if you count the balk.
And there's going to be another meeting on the mound.
Tigers have taken advantage of 2 hit batsmen, 2 walks, and the balk. Have put up 3 runs as you mix in a couple of base hits, including the RBI single by Jake Brown. Chandler Dorsey struggling now to find the strike zone as UCF has another right-hander in its bullpen. Michael Gillen has begun throwing for the Knights, as that appears to be the pitching coach again, Drew Thomas, conducting the meeting with his senior right-hander Dorsey.
Well, following yesterday's 9-4 win over Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish coach, Sean Stifler, marveled over LSU's ability to not swing at balls yesterday, just controlling the strike zone, something that Jay Johnson preaches so much, not only his hitters but his pitchers as well, not chasing. And he talked about how just difficult it is to go through this lineup.
I think he put it, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, I think he said something about like they do so much without doing anything.
Yes.
And in a way, that was definitely a compliment.
First pitch is up and in, meaning they put pressure on the opposing pitcher basically to throw strikes because they're not going to give you free strikes. So if you're going to get strikes and outs against this LSU team, you have to go out and earn it and make the pitches. The 1-0, Caraway looked like he was taking all the way there, and it's 1-1. That is a really good compliment and something we have seen early on in this season from the Tigers. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded, 3 runs are already in. The pitch to Caraway, swing and a miss. Good 94-mile-an-hour fastball up and out of the zone. And Caraway in the hole here, 1-2.
Caraway second on the club in RBI this year with 11, behind Jake Brown, who now has 14.
LSU's done really well with 2 strikes and 2 outs. I mean, 8 of the 23 runs here this weekend have been scored with 2 outs. 8 of the 23 runs have also scored with 2 strike counts. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Caraway. And the pitch. Missed a little high, and it's 2-2.
95 on that heater from Dorsey, but just left it up a little bit. Caraway with a very good take that time.
Deuces are wild with the bases loaded in the top of the third. Caraway hits a mile-high pop-up in shallow center field. Coming in, battling the sun is Ross, who gloves it for the final out. LSU sends 9 hitters to the plate. They benefited from 2 hit batsmen and 2 walks. There were also a couple of singles in there and a sacrifice fly. That all adds up to 3 runs, and LSU leads it 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the third from Jacksonville on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everything tastes better after an LSU Tiger victory. Similarly, everything also tastes better once you've baptized it with the handcrafted flavor of the original Louisiana hot sauce. So just imagine how truly tasty something would taste if it was doused in the original Louisiana hot sauce after an LSU Tiger victory. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The bottom of the third inning of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball is presented by Bengal Pest Products. Guaranteed overnight extermination with Bengal.
LSU leads it 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. William Schmidt has this 3-run lead to work with. He'll face the 8-9-1 hitters of the UCF lineup. And he starts off Noah Rabin, the left fielder for the Knights, with a strike. Rabin only hitting 167. He's 1 for 6 at the plate. Takes one outside, 1-1.
Rabin was 0 for 2 on Friday against Notre Dame.
1-1 is in there for a strike. 1-2 here for Schmidt. Again, UCF not really swinging the bats well here in Jacksonville. Just 8 hits. This one's hit well. Seth Dardar in shallow right. Makes the play. Throws to first. Collision at the base. Hanging on is York for the out. But York a little slow to get up here. So let's take a look at this. He's limping a little bit. Might be just a Charlie horse as Rabin went crashing into the big guy, Zach York. But you had 3 infielders on the right side. Dardar, who has flashed the leather here a little bit in Jacksonville, made a nice play to his left. Training staff coming out to take a look at Zach York, who is up on his feet. Gives a fist pump to Jay Johnson, and that's all Jay Johnson needs to hear or see. And everybody's going to be okay here.
And they're going to review the play, though. Again, it's one of those that looked like the runner was safe, and Tigers got the benefit of the call. We've seen a couple reversed, and they're going to look at this one again.
York is now smiling over there, so he is completely fine.
But you're right, that was a great play again by Seth Dardar, who's came to LSU noted more for his offensive ability, but he's really developing well as a defensive player also.
I mean, he was way out there in right field when he fielded. It was hit sharply. The review has been completed.
Hopefully that's a good sign. It is.
Yep. All right. Nice job.
He's out.
And our official reviews are brought to you by Acme Oyster House. When the Tigers win, you win. Enter promo code LSU50 the day after an LSU baseball win to receive 50% off your online pizza order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Bradeen Calise hitting, and he hits one out into left field. Braden Simpson ranging over, but a Derek Curiel, the center fielder, calls it. 2 up, 2 down here in the third. The Tigers leading 3-0 over UCF.
William Schmidt threw 36 pitches. Or let me say he's thrown 36 pitches now. He threw 32 pitches through the first 2 innings. He's now at 37. So 37 pitches for Schmidt through 2 2/3 innings.
2 strikeouts and, most importantly, no walks so far for the right-hander from Catholic High, who in his career is 8-0 at LSU.
So far, he's allowed just 1 base runner, that being Skinner, who singled with 1 out in the second inning.
Diomez Ross flew out to left field his first time up, back to the top of the order for the Knights as that ball hits the plate and bounces away from Aaron Beatty, 1-0.
Schmidt last week established his career high for strikeouts. He had 9 in the start against Milwaukee. His previous high had been 8 in a relief effort last year at Nichols.
1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball just missed inside, 2-0. The LSU fans not happy with that call. They are bundled up here today. A lot of sweatshirts, a lot of coats after 2 beautiful days. And then Schmidt misses another one just off the outside corner, and it's 3-0. Both the pitcher's mound and the home plate area completely covered in shade from the grandstand here. The 3-0 pitch, that's right down the middle as Ross was taking all the way. Ross is a big-time player for this UCF team. If they're going to surprise people in the Big 12, he'll need to have a big season. Pops one up, foul out of play, and it's a full count, a 96-mile-an-hour fastball by Schmidt. Ross hitting .320, got a home run and 5 RBIs, and he also has a double on the season. Here's the 3-2 from Schmidt. Hit well to the second baseman, Dardar, who puts his glove up in the air and catches it. Dardar got up on his tippy toes to snare that one, and a couple of nice plays by the Tiger second baseman. And the second 1-2-3 inning of the day for William Schmidt. We're through 3 in Jacksonville, and LSU has a 3-0 lead over UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Something new is happening at Cox. Now the price of your Cox internet and mobile plan won't go up for 3 years, and Wi-Fi equipment is included. So no frustrating price changes, just a lot more of what you want, like a pizza with extra pineapple. Yikes. Okay, let's stick with something everyone wants. No price changes on your plan, guaranteed. Learn more at cox.com/value. Must have at least 500 megabits per second speeds and Cox Unlimited mobile taxes and fees excluded from price guarantee. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs usage per month.
Hey, Tiger fans, there's nothing quite like game day at the box. To add to the excitement at the ballpark, enjoy our all-beef 44 Farms Tiger Dogs. The finest dogs in the land because they are made of all-natural Angus beef. To learn more, please visit them at 44steaks.com. That's 44steaks.com. 44 Farms, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Louisiana, ready for some February fun? Then play these scratch-offs from the lottery. Pinch it, peel it, cash it out. Play Crawfish Cash Out. Win up to $3,000. This chicken comes with a side of... Play Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. Top prize, $12,000. Take a walk on the wild side and play Wild Side. Top prize is a whopping $100,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
The top of the 4th inning, presented by Dudley DeBosier Injury Lawyers. Throw your 4s up.
We go to the 4th inning here from ViStar Ballpark in Jacksonville. And LSU leads it 3-0. Derek Curiel set to step into the batter's box. He's reached twice so far today for LSU. A single in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, and scored the first run of the game. Dorsey still out there for UCF as Curiel hits a 2-hopper to the first baseman. Moran, who steps on the bag, out number 1. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
I'll bring up Jake Brown now as we are in the fourth inning. Glad he could join us on the LSU Sports Radio Network, wherever you may be listening to us on this Sunday afternoon. The Tigers lead it 3-0. And the first pitch to Brown is a little bit high. Brown, an RBI single. And he flew out to left field. 5 hits now here over the course of the last 2 days for the Tiger right fielder. The 1-0 pitch. Check swing, and that's a strike. 1-1 to Brown as the infield plays straight up with him, and the outfield same way. The center fielder Ross is back a few steps in center. The 1-1 from Dorsey, breaking ball missed outside. 2-1. So did you catch the U.S. beating Canada in men's hockey today?
How about that? That was congratulations to the U.S. men's hockey team. First gold medal since the incredible 1980 Miracle on Ice for the U.S.
That was thrilling. Jack Hughes now a household name. He got the golden goal. A fly ball out to left field. Noah Rabin gloves it. Of course, a couple of former LSU Tigers will be playing in the World Baseball Classic that will start next month. Paul Skeens and Alex Bregman will be representing the United States.
And the Olympics are... Baseball is returning to the Olympics in 2028. The Summer Olympics will feature baseball in 2028 in Los Angeles. We may see Skeens and Bregman representing the U.S. there too.
Zach York now the hitter. He's 0 for 2 as that one is a little high, 1-0. Skeens was quoted today by MLB.com. Of course, Skeens has several family members who served in the military, saying it's pretty cool to watch the U.S. beat Canada in overtime. That's up high, 2-0. And he's in the story that you can check out at MLB.com. He says he watched to kind of get himself psyched up to pitch in the World Baseball Classic. He watched the Miracle on Ice. He watched how the U.S. won the World Baseball Classic. I think it was 6 years ago. That's inside, 2-0. So he's very excited to represent the United States in the WBC.
In fact, today is the anniversary of the win over the Soviet Union in 1980 that gave the LSU a berth in the gold medal game.
There's a strike, 3-1. How about the fact that it does happen on that anniversary?
Yeah, February 22nd, 1980 was the day the U.S. upset the Soviets, and then it went on to win the gold medal by defeating Finland.
3 balls, 1 strike. Tapper fouls. You're a little bit older than me, Bill, so I was only 4 when that happened.
Yeah, I was a little older back then.
Yeah,
I do recall.
Do you remember watching the game?
Yeah, we didn't. The U.S.-Soviet game was not telecast live back then, if you can believe that. ABC had the Olympics back then. It was not on live. It was televised later that night. So, but of course there wasn't social media. There wasn't the internet, so most people didn't know the final results when they were watching the game on tape delay.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Zach York. 3-0 Tigers. York fouls one back.
But I do have a very clear memory of that happened on a Friday, the win over the Soviets. On Sunday morning, the U.S. played Finland for the gold medal, and that was telecast live, of course. I do have a very clear memory of waking up early, and we watched the entire game.
The 3-2 pitch. Oh, an off-speed pitch, and York swings and misses. He strikes out for the second time today. He's 0 for 3. A 1-2-3 inning for the former Tiger, Chandler Dorsey. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. LSU leads it 3-0 over UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
I'm Richard Fontenot, president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. My brother and I grow rice, soybeans, and raise crawfish on our farm in Evangeline Parish. For a fourth-generation farmer like myself, Louisiana Farm Bureau is as much a part of my life as checking traps or harvesting rice. Our organization is more than 145,000 members strong, and we've been around for more than 100 years. The Louisiana Farm Bureau spans generations, and we want you to join our family.
Visit lafarmbureau.org. The Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Get ready, Tiger fans! Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
The bottom of the fourth inning, presented by Dudley DeBosier Injury Lawyers. Throw your fours up.
Dudley DeBosier stands up for the purple and gold and fights for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier, proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics. Jeff Palermo, Bill Frank is with you from ViStar Ballpark in Jacksonville, Florida. Taylor Sharp in the Capital One studios as we begin the bottom of the fourth and LSU leading 3-0. William Schmidt has looked really good so far, but he'll face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters of the Knights lineup here. Javier Crespo, Andrew Williamson, and Landon Moran. And he has started Crespo with a 1-1 count. The third baseman for UCF, who flew out to Curiel in center field. Here comes the 1-1, another breaking ball in there for a strike, and Schmidt is landing that breaking pitch for a strike a lot this afternoon.
He really is. He's been very sharp with his off-speed stuff.
Now the 1-2 from William. In on his hands, a weak pop-up foul. Over toward behind home plate, it bounces, and somebody's going to get a souvenir. It's the game everyone loves to play. Scrabble Scratch off from the lottery, went up to $50,000. Pick up Scrabble Scratch. Off today must be at least 21 to purchase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Schmidt, and a good job by Crespo to stay alive here. Crespo making his second start. He's 4 for 9 on the season. Playing third base today for UCF.
He began his college career at Florida International before transferring to UCF.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch. Hit well down the third base line, and that's fair. Possibly extra bases. Simpson will have to dig it out of the corner, and it will be a leadoff double by Crespo. And UCF trying to fight back here after scoring just 1 run yesterday in a 6-1 loss to Indiana. Crespo had 2 hits in that game, 2 of the 3 hits for the Knights. And he gets a double here.
Good piece of hitting by Crespo with 2 strikes. UCF with its first runner in scoring position of the game against William Schmidt. And Andrew Williamson, their best hitter last season, is up at the plate now.
Right fielder for the Knights. Grounded back to Schmidt, his only plate appearance. Big swing there, and he fouls one down the left field line. LSU will be back home Tuesday night, where they will take on McNeese. And then they'll welcome Dartmouth and Northeastern for 4 games, starting at the box on Friday. The 0-1 pitch here to Williamson, way high, 1-1.
Tigers will play a stretch of 5 games in a 7-day period, beginning on Tuesday with McNeese, then Friday Dartmouth, Saturday Northeastern, Sunday Dartmouth, and Monday Northeastern.
1 ball, 1 strike. It's Williamson. Where did that one miss? A little high, and he's ahead in the count here, 2-1. He's hitting .348 on the season, for a home run and 7 RBIs. I believe Jay said they're playing 18 non-conference games before conference play starts. Right. That's a high, from what I understand. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch, and Williamson was way ahead of it on the slider.
Yeah, I believe it is the most non-conference games LSU will have played prior to conference play beginning in Jay's tenure here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Schmidt looks at the runner at second, nobody out. Williamson swings and misses. Big strikeout there for Schmidt. That's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
A nice recovery there by William after the leadoff double by Crespo. Williamson went up there hacking, and he could not find Schmidt's breaking pitch.
Landon Moran struck out in the 2nd. Crespo still at second. Milam, the Tiger shortstop, holding him close. And the first pitch to Moran is up and away, 1-0. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Tigers. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for UCF. We're in the 4th. 1 out, 1 on. A 1-0 count to the cleanup hitter, Moran, who takes strike 1. And again, that curveball landing in the strike zone. So nice to see from Schmidt. Here comes the 1-1 as Schmidt delivers it. Fastball, burned it right off the outer half, and it's 1-2.
Anytime you'd ask an LSU hitter throughout the fall or the preseason who has the best stuff on the team that you see in scrimmages, and almost always the answer is William Schmidt.
Yeah.
His stuff is described as nasty by his teammates.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Good job by Moran to stay alive by fouling it off. I think what separated him when he was at Catholic High, yes, he threw hard. There's a lot of guys that threw hard, but it was his breaking pitches that high school hitters had no chance at.
Yeah, he throws that slider and then that curveball. He can be very difficult to hit.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That one bounced in front of the plate, taking off for third and getting in there safely as Crespo, as Aaron Beatty did all he can to try to keep that one close. It just trickled away from about 10 feet or so, and that was enough for Crespo to get to third. So runner at third, 1 out, 2-2 count. LSU up 3-0 in the 4th.
That time he let go of the curveball a little early.
Yep.
Bounces in front of Aaron Beatty.
Spiked it in the dirt. The 2-2. He threw it again in the dirt. Nice job by Aaron Beatty to block that one. No advance this time for Crespo, but it's a 3-2 count now for Moran. I tell you, Aaron Beatty, remember at this time last year when he was a catcher, there were some growing pains back there. He's much better defensively now. The 3-2, swing and a miss. Ball was in the dirt. Aaron Beatty's got to throw it to first to get the out, and they do. Crespo can't advance, but back-to-back strikeouts for Schmidt, 2 away here in the 4th.
That was the slider that time from William Schmidt. And Moran couldn't find it. A great job again by Aaron Beatty, digging it out of the dirt and making the throw to first base to secure the out. Timeout now as Nate Yeske, Tigers pitching coach, makes his way to the mound.
Lady Tigers handling business inside the Maravich Center. They're up big over Missouri, 66-30 in the 3rd quarter there. LSU will host Tennessee on Thursday, a 5 o'clock start. That'll be interesting for fans to try to get to the Maravich Center for a 5 o'clock start.
Yeah, of course, we understand the reason why that the game's starting early. It's just too bad, on a weekday especially, that it couldn't start a little later to allow fans to finish the workday before heading to the PMAC. But I'm sure our fans will find a way to make it there on time.
And Tennessee is leaking oil here. They started off so strong, and every time I look up, they've been losing.
They were upset by Texas A&M at home earlier in the week. I know that was a tough loss for them, and they also lost Ole Miss in that makeup game on Tuesday, the game that had been postponed because of the snow and ice in Oxford in January.
Yep. LSU softball won all 4 games of the Purple and Gold Challenge, 2 games over Michigan State. Beat the Cajuns 2-1 in 10 innings last night, and then beat Howard today 1-0. Zach Skinner at the plate, 2 outs, nobody on. And he stepped in the bucket on that first pitch as Schmidt blew it past him, and it's 0-1. Right-handed hitter has an open stance. Runner at third, 3-0 LSU up and in on Skinner as he buzzes the tower, and it's 1-1. Schmidt trying to strike out the side after giving up the leadoff double. Here's the 1-1. Missed low and away, and it's 2-1. Nobody warming up in the LSU bullpen. The bullpens are located. They're temporary bullpens down the right and left field lines like it was previously at Alec Box Stadium. The 2-1. Nice breaking ball there. Skinner was looking the whole way, and it's a strike.
65 pitches now for Schmidt.
Skinner hitting .318 on the season. And he had no chance. That ball was in the dirt. Now Aaron Beatty's got to find it, get it over to first, and the out is just in time. Took a minute, for Aaron Beatty to locate that pitch in the dirt, but outstanding stuff from William Schmidt. His 5th strikeout, and he strikes out the side after giving up the leadoff double. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the 5th, and LSU leads it 3-0 over UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
444 for the number you gotta dial. Life throws you a curve, you know that deadly devotion goes the extra mile. Throw your fours up, throw your fours up. There's a number you gotta dial. Throw your fours up, throw your fours up. Deadly devotion goes the extra mile. 444 for the number you gotta dial. Throw your fours up.
Baton Rouge isn't just the capital of Louisiana, it's the capital of college baseball. The fans, the players, the entire atmosphere. When it comes to baseball season, there's no better place than Baton Rouge. And the fun extends beyond the box, with plenty to do off campus. Explore some of Baton Rouge's best fights, visit our incredible museums, and enjoy the sweet sounds of swamp blues, born right here in Louisiana's capital city. Check out visitbatonrouge.com for more things to do on your next trip.
Follow the powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Tigers lead at 3-0 over UCF as LSU trying to go to 8-0 on the season. And Milam, Aaron Beatty, and Dardar will bat against Chandler Dorsey. The right-hander is second full inning of relief, and the first pitch to Milam is down in the dirt, 1-0. Milam singled his last time up, struck out in the first. LSU scored all of its runs in the third, 3. They lead at 3-0 here in the 5th.
Dorsey has not allowed a base hit since he entered the game. He has walked 2 Tigers, though.
The 1-0 pitch from Dorsey, way outside, 2-0. Came in on a tough situation with the bases loaded. Got a sacrifice fly from Dardar, then walked Simpson, and then walked Braun. And now there's going to be a quick conversation here between the catcher, Zach Skinner, and Dorsey.
But since he walked Mason Braun in the 3rd inning.
Somebody's coming out. Is that a trainer?
Shoot. Hope the kid's okay. Because after that walk of Braun in the 3rd, he has since retired 4 consecutive LSU hitters.
And our quick activity here from UCF as they get another right-hander up, Michael Gillen. Clemson transfer, as it is most likely the trainer that is out talking to Dorsey at the moment. He's kind of shaking his right arm, which is not a good sign.
No, gosh. Let's hope it's nothing serious.
So
he's going to try to throw, see how he feels.
First pitch.
He shook his head. No. Something's up.
That's tough.
Hate to see that.
Dorsey kind of pacing behind the rubber. You can tell he's anxious, and they're telling the new pitcher here for UCF, Mike Gillen, to come to the mound, and he just started warming up. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay here as Chandler Dorsey, unfortunately, will have to leave because of some sort of arm issue. Pitching change is powered by Sunshine. Need a game-changing upgrade? Trust Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, to keep your home turf in tip-top shape. We'll take a break and tell you about the new UCF pitcher, and we'll also give you an SEC scoreboard update as well, if time allows, here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original seasoning is Manda's strong side. But it's Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it, running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoked sausage of LSU Athletics.
BRQ Seafood and Barbecue is a home run for flavor, excitement, and an unforgettable experience. Savor their daily specials or indulge in their brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Special occasion? Let BRQ cater your event or host your gathering on their outdoor patio, The Backyard. Now open daily. As the official catering service of LSU Athletics, they are the top choice for your game-winning celebrations. Visit online at brqrestaurant.com. See their daily specials, catering options, or to reserve a table. BRQ Seafood and Barbecue, where unforgettable moments await, both on and off the diamond.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, we know that every great game starts with a perfect field. Our equipment, whether it's a mower or a tractor, we can ensure your grass is always game day ready, so you can focus on making memories. Because at the end of the day, it's more than just a game. It's about the community, the joy, and the LSU traditions. Visit sunequip.com to get the best starting lineup of John Deere equipment. Sunshine is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Michael Gillen's first pitch hit by Stephen Milam, and it trickles all the way down the right field corner. Milam's around second, and he's got himself a triple. So Michael Gillen, who just, I don't know how many warm-up pitches he threw, Bill. It's hard to imagine that he was ready that fast to deliver a pitch to Milam, and Milam chops one down the first base line, and it ends up being a triple for Stephen Milam.
Yeah, he was down in the pen near the start of the inning, even before Dorsey was hurt, so I imagine he had the proper allotment of warm-ups, but he was already down in the count 2-0 because he inherited that count from Dorsey. Milam rips it down the right field line. Tigers now with a chance to add to the lead.
3-0 Tigers. We're in the fifth. Aaron Beatty at the plate takes one down and in, 1-0 from the new pitcher, Clemson transfer Michael Gillen.
Making his second appearance of the year. He's worked an inning and 2/3, just one hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts.
The 1-0 pitch. Chopper down the third base line, but that time it's foul as Milam had to duck down to avoid that ball.
For Milam, that was his first triple this season.
Gillen's one appearance was against the Hurricanes, an extra inning loss for Central Florida, or UCF. 21 strikes out of his 25 pitches. That's pretty darn good. The 1-1. Pop foul out of play to the right side. He started his college career at Seton Hall. Had some good numbers there, and then he went to Clemson and only appeared in 3 games for Clemson in 2025. Now he has found his way over to UCF. That one is just a bit inside, 2-2 from Rochelle Park, New Jersey. 6'3", 205 pounds. Listed as a senior. 2-2 here to Aaron Beatty. The Tigers are up 3-0 in the fifth. Nobody out, and Milam's at third. Here's the pitch. Nearly hit him. And it's 3-2. Aaron Beatty on the day was hit by a pitch in the third and reached on an error in the second. He's hitting .357 with a couple bombs and 7 RBIs. A robust LSU chant breaks out here at VyStar Ballpark. Aaron Beatty fouls one off of himself. He's okay. We'll redo to 3-2.
He has one of the 2 home runs that LSU has hit this weekend. He hit a 2-run blast in yesterday's win over Notre Dame. Zach York with a 3-run homer in the win over Indiana on Friday.
3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Aaron Beatty. Chopped one foul. The only people that said it was a home run are the 4 umpires. I have talked to multiple people, Bill.
The York home run, of course.
Yes.
Even Zach York said, I don't think it went over that yellow line.
But the umpires saw it as a home run, so God bless them. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. This one is slugged deep out into left field. And this one is out of here. Another 2-run blast from Cade Arambidi. And the Tigers open it up. It's 5-0.
Yeah, we don't need replay for that one. That was clearly beyond the wall in left center field. A blast for Cade Arambidi. His second home run this weekend. His third home run of the third home run of the season. Third homer of the season, second here in Jacksonville.
Into the wind too, Bill. A strong 20-mile-per-hour wind, and it was a no-doubter.
Cade now has 9 RBI on the year with that blast.
Again, you just wonder, it's a tough situation when a pitcher comes in for an injured pitcher. They're given they can have as many warm-up tosses as they need, and he barely started throwing in the bullpen. And then I think when a pitcher is out there throwing, he knows he's holding up the game. Here's Seth Dardar. Dardar takes one down in. Now, nothing to take away what Arambidi did. I mean, he just crushed one over the left field wall, but you give up a triple and a home run to the first 2 hitters you faced, probably don't have your best stuff right now if you're Michael Gillen. 5-0 LSU here in the 5th. Still nobody out. Down low to Dardar, and it's 2-0. Dardar's average up to .421. He has an RBI in this game on a sacrifice fly. Struck out in the second. 2-0. Dardar takes a strike at the knees, and it's 2-1. And that was crushed, Bill.
Absolutely. Jay Johnson said during the fall, Cade Arambidi was LSU's best overall player, and he's off to a great start here in the regular season.
The 2-1 pitch. A lot of talented players on this team. You know, Jake Brown, Stephen Milam, Derek Curiel.
Just a real core of not only talented players, but experienced players who are big parts of a national championship team and know what it takes to succeed at the highest level.
3 balls and a strike here to Dardar. And the pitch. Outside, ball 4 as Dardar walks, but as I mentioned all of those players, Jay Johnson, when I asked him about Arambidi's day on Friday when he reached 6 times with the 4 walks, he said Arambidi could be the best player on this team before the season is over with. And that is a very high compliment, obviously, with the amount of talent that's already on this team.
Well, you're exactly right.
That home run, by the way, brought to you by LSU Online, rounding the bases, chasing goals, and winning on your schedule. LSU Online, win where you are. Now Braden Simpson, who was struck out and walked in this game, has to spin away from the first pitch. And Gillen you just got to wonder if he's got it here. Another pitcher is already starting to warm up, Kevin Schoenboom. As Gillen has yet to retire anyone he has faced. He's faced 3 batters. Up high, and it's 2-0.
You're right. He inherited that 2-0 count from Dorsey, who had to leave the game due to an injury, facing Stephen Milam, already down in the count 2-0. Milam triples, Arambidi homers, and the walk to Dardar.
2 balls and no strikes. Simpson squared around to bunt, but he was probably taking the whole way. Two balls and 1 strike. The only part of the field that's in sunshine is center field. I don't know, this might be our smallest crowd we've had of the weekend.
Maybe. There was over 7,000 here yesterday. Over 4,000 on Friday.
2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Just a little bit inside, 3-1. Good time has been had by all when it comes to LSU fans and being here in Jacksonville this weekend. Hospitality has been great. 3 balls and 1 strike. 5-0, nobody out. LSU leads. There's a strike on the inside corner to Simpson, and it's now 3-2. It's Gillen trying to retire his first batter. Leadoff triple, a 2-run homer by Aaron Beatty, and then a walk to Dardar. Now to 3-2. The runner takes off, and chopping one foul is Simpson, and we'll keep it right there at 3-2.
Get you up to date on what's been happening in the SEC. A lot of games already wrapped up today. As believe we were one of the later starting games of the day involving league teams.
SEC scoreboard update presented by Republic Finance. Visit Republic Finance for all your personal loan needs. Get started at republicfinance.com/Tigers.
Auburn beat Louisville today 10-6. Auburn undefeated in the tournament this weekend in Arlington, Texas.
3 balls and 2 strikes again here to Simpson instead of throw to first.
Oklahoma over Coppin State 11-0. Texas over Michigan State 4-0. Kent State defeats Tennessee 9-5. Kent State won 2 out of 3 over the Vols in Knoxville this weekend. Georgia beat Samford 22-0. It was Arkansas 11, Xavier 0.
Here's the 3-2. Ball 4 up high. Simpson draws the walk, his second of the game. And the walks are piling up again here. LSU walked 14 times on Friday against Indiana.
Other scores to give you in the league. Missouri defeats New Haven 16-2. Florida over Kennesaw State 12-9. Missouri over Mississippi State over Delaware 7-3. Vanderbilt over Marist 8-1. Texas A&M over Penn 7-1. Ole Miss edges Missouri State today by a final of 3-2.
And that's it for Michael Gillen. The call to the bullpen has been made. He faced 4 batters, did not retire any of them. And the Tigers have upped their lead to 5-0 here in Jacksonville. This pitching change powered by Sunshine. Need a game-changing upgrade? Trust Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, to keep your home turf in tip-top shape. We'll be back after this here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls. Available in spirit, wine, and malt. 50% alcohol per volume. Buzz Balls, LLC, Carrollton, Texas.
Champions don't wait for the perfect pitch. They make their move. With LSU Online, you can step up to the plate for your career, earn your degree, and keep swinging towards your goals. Learn anytime from anywhere and knock your next milestone out of the park. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, we know that every great game starts with a perfect field. Our equipment, whether it's a mower or a tractor, we can ensure your grass is always game day ready, so you can focus on making memories. Because at the end of the day, it's more than just a game. It's about the community, the joy, and the LSU traditions. Visit sunequip.com to get the best starting lineup of John Deere equipment. Sunshine is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics.
Follow the powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
LSU is up 5-0. Aaron Beatty has hit a 2-run homer, and we're in the 5th inning, and the Tigers are still looking for more. They got runners at first and second, and Mason Braun coming up to the plate. And the new pitcher for UCF is Kevin Schoneboom.
Schoneboom, a 6'3", 225-pound senior right-hander from Arlington, Texas, transferred to UCF from Northeast Texas Community College.
Braun was hit by a pitch and walked, so no official at bat yet for the freshman, who's hitting .353. And the first pitch sails outside 1-0.
Schoneboom making his 3rd appearance this season for UCF. He has no decisions, ERA of 2.70, 3 1/3 innings. He's allowed 1 run on 2 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts.
1-0 here to Braun. The third baseman, Crespo, in on the grasp as Braun trying to bunt, and he fouled that back into the catcher's glove, and it's 1-1. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Tigers. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error.
Tigers have sacrificed bunt just once this season.
Yeah, we saw a lot more of this last year. A lot more bunting from Jay Johnson's team. Not so much here. This one's put down the third base line. It's a beautiful bunt. Crespo has got to field it, and his only play was at first base. And they get the out there. Nice job by Mason Braun. And you might be saying, well, why are they doing that up by 5? I think that's just a chance to see if Braun can do it, right? And then you get 2 runners in scoring position here for Caraway.
Yep, exactly right. If Braun hits into a double play, then you're saying, why didn't Jay bunt? So, yeah, Braun executes exactly what he needs to do, and now Caraway can drive home 2 runs.
And that might matter in an SEC game late in the game. Braun's up at the plate, and you're in the same situation, and it's in the 8th inning, and it's a tie game. Well, you know Braun can do it. Caraway with the infield in. Strike on the inside corner from Shaunaboom.
Caraway's due to make something happen. He's hitless in his last 5 at-bats after an RBI double in the 2nd inning of yesterday's game.
He's flown out to center field twice today. Shaunaboom's pitch. Ooh, just missed off the inside corner, and it's 1-1. UCF pitchers have walked 4. They've hit 3 other batters. LSU's got 5 hits in this game, and they got a 5-0 lead with 1 out and runners at 2nd and 3rd here in the top of the 5th. Shaunaboom is set. Here's the 1-1, and this one's hit out in the left field. Rabin moving over the left center in middle depth, and he will just throw it to third as scoring on the play is Dardar, and Caraway gets an RBI. 2nd sacrifice fly for an RBI today for the Tigers. And Caraway just drove in his 12th run of the season.
He remains 2nd behind Jake Brown in RBI on the club. 12 for Caraway, 14 for Brown.
So there are now 2 outs, 1 runner on base. That is Simpson at 2nd. 3 more runs have scored here in the 5th. It's a 6-0 game as Curiel takes strike 1. Derek is 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd and scored. The leadoff man has been aboard every inning except the 4th here for the Tigers when they were retired in order. Curiel takes one inside, and it's 1-1. Derek hitting .290 now with 5 RBIs, no home runs, and a double. Simpson is at 2nd, 2 down. 6-0 LSU in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curiel, the left-handed hitter, swings and misses on an off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. Wind has kind of died down here in Jacksonville. Cold front moved through just like it moved through Baton Rouge. The 1-2. Tapper foul. Going to be cold tomorrow, Bill.
That's what I understand. We're going to get home tonight. Some pretty chilly temperatures. There's a freeze warning here in Jacksonville on Tuesday. Hard to believe it was Friday and Saturday. We were in the 80s.
Yeah, I think we broke record highs in Louisiana yesterday.
Wow.
For February, for just temperatures getting to mid-80s. This one hit well out in the left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Scoring easily from 2nd is Simpson. That's an RBI single from Curiel. His 2nd hit of the game. And give him RBI number 6 on the season. And LSU leads it 7-0.
That is vintage Derek Curiel. 2-strike hitting. Just goes the opposite way. So smooth with his swing as he scores Simpson with that base hit.
4 runs have now scored here in this 5th. Nobody warming up in the Knights bullpen. It'll be up to Shaunaboom to get out of it. 8th hitter of the inning comes up to the plate. Jake Brown, 1 for 3. big swing at the first pitch, and he fouled it back. Brown hitting .457. It's kind of early on in the season, these averages escalate and go down very quickly. So it's like every time LSU goes through the order, somebody else is the new leading hitter on the team. Whoa, nice one-handed stab by the first baseman Moran on a hot shot by Brown. And then Moran just steps on the bag to record the final out of the inning. I was going to tell you Brown was hitting .457 going into that at-bat, but his average, unfortunately, is going to drop a little bit after scolding once at a first baseman Moran, who made a gold glove play over there. But the Tigers still score 4 runs in the inning, highlighted by the 2-run blast from Kate Arambidi. And the Tigers have a comfortable 7-0 lead over UCF in Jacksonville on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength, power, agility, a team that shows up ready to win. At Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. Kick off the season with big savings at the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event.
Toyota is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Experience the drive of the Tiger in a Tundra or Tacoma, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Hey, LSU fans, you're invited to Louisiana's largest casino resort, Coshada. Coshada Casino Resort has the largest and most spacious gaming floor in the Lake Charles area, with thousands of the newest slots, over 55 table games, live bingo and off-track betting, plus 3 beautiful hotels, delicious Cajun cuisine, and the #1 rated golf course in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort is proud to support LSU. Go Tigers!
Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted experts for all your home service needs. With over 35 years of dedicated service, we prioritize your comfort and satisfaction. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we bring our expertise to every game, from installations to repairs. Our team delivers honest pricing with no surprises. Call us today at 225-777-8888 and experience the difference with Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go Tigers!
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Moving to the bottom of the 5th here at VyStar Ballpark in Jacksonville. Glad you could join us on this Sunday afternoon. Hope you had a great weekend. It's been a great weekend for the Tigers. They're up by 7-0. They won 14-7 Friday night. They led by 7 over Notre Dame yesterday before winning by 5. And here a 7-0 lead as William Schmidt has been in control. He's facing Steven Chukka. And the count against the UCF DH is 2-1.
This will be pitch number 70 on the day for Schmidt.
46 of them have been strikes. That's a solid single up the middle for Steven Chukka. And that is the 3rd hit of the day for the Knights, so the leadoff man aboard here for UCF.
Schmidt's been in control so far, allowing just 2 base runners prior to this inning. Single to Skinner in the 2nd, the leadoff double by Crespo in the 4th, but then Schmidt retired the next 3 hitters, and now a leadoff single by Chukka.
Yeah, struck out the side in the 4th after that leadoff double. Here is Jordan Lodis. Struck out his last time up. Lodis pops one foul above the roof here at VyStar Ballpark. Seats 11,000 fans. Several renovations have taken place here over the last couple of years, including some suites out in right field. Some nice bleachers as well. That one a little outside, and it's 1-1. They're building permanent bullpens beyond the left field wall. They got a patio party area out there in left center field. AAA ballpark to the Miami Marlins is a breaking ball in there for a strike. Lodis gave up on it. He spun away from it, and it's 1-2.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, the AAA affiliate here for the Marlins.
1 ball, 2 strike. Schmidt set. Nobody out here. Another breaking ball. Lodis didn't have a chance. And he didn't have a very good at-bat in the 2nd inning either, as he is baffled by this breaking ball that Schmidt is throwing, and that's the 6th strikeout for William.
I learned a little bit more about Jacksonville's baseball history this weekend. It has a long minor league history. Minor league baseball has been in Jacksonville since the early 20th century, back in the early 1900s.
Wow. Noah Rabin as he takes one up high, 1-0.
And in fact, Hank Aaron began his pro baseball career here in Jacksonville as a minor leaguer in the Braves organization.
1 ball, no strikes. That's a strike. 1-1.
1953, Hank Aaron played here in Jacksonville, and the next year he was called up to the big leagues with the then Milwaukee Braves.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 3 infielders to the right side with the left-handed hitter, and there's a strike, and it's 1-2. Find out how you can build a better workday every day with Cintas. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schmidt is set. Here's the pitch, way outside. And it's 2-2. Schmidt checks over at the runner at first. Not going to pay too much attention to him, though. Swing and a miss. Another big-time pitch from Schmidt, a slider. Down, out of the zone. No chance there for Rabin to make contact. That is now 7 Ks for William Schmidt.
Well, you have to be just thrilled so far with this performance by William Schmidt. Passed up the opportunity to be a first-round draft choice in order to play for LSU, and he's a guy with unlimited potential.
Braden Calise takes one inside, 1-0. Starts this season as the 3rd starter over the course of the weekend, and of course that weekend rotation could change. It most usually does. 1-0. It's down low, 2-0. I forget who LSU played last year. It was late in the season. And they actually had used the same weekend rotation all season long, and that's very rare.
Yeah, no doubt.
But if Schmidt is dominant, you could see him get elevated a Friday night role, but it's going to be tough to knock Case and Evans off that perch as well.
Yeah, I tell you, if Case and Evans, Cooper Moore, and William Schmidt can do what they've done so far this weekend, LSU will be in good shape with the way the offense is performing.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here to Calise. Missed a little outside, and it's 3-1.
And you got to be encouraged by the bullpen performance as well. Devin Sheeran and Ethan Plog both flashed great stuff in yesterday's game, and of course Gavin Guidry's got off to a great start as well.
3-1. Swing and a miss there as Calise. You could tell he was fooled on the fastball. Might have been looking for a breaking pitch, and he was a little late. Schmidt trying to strike out the side again after giving up the leadoff hit. Here's the 3-2. Missed low and away, ball 4, and now put runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the 5th. That is the first walk issued by Schmidt, and it brings up the top of the order. Diamez Ross will get a 3rd look at Schmidt.
Tigers have a little bit of activity in the bullpen. We saw Maverick Rizzi stretching out a little bit. He's not up and throwing yet, but he's just now taking off his jacket, so he may start throwing.
7-0 Tigers. We're in the 5th. 2 out, 2 on. Ross takes one down low. It's in the dirt. Aaron Beatty throws down the second, tries to get the back runner. But Calise is in there safely, and Chucka moves to 3rd. So 2 runners in scoring position here for UCF. Their best scoring chance of the day so far. Let's see if Ross can deliver for him. He's hitting .308. Has a home run and 5 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Takes one a little high, and it's 2-0.
So Schmidt is now at 87 pitches. We talked earlier in the weekend about 90 being the ceiling for these LSU pitchers, but naturally LSU wants to see William try to finish this inning. As there's a timeout for Nate Yeske to make a visit to the mound. This Maverick Rizzi is now throwing in the bullpen. He's not up on the mound yet, but he has begun to warm up.
Don't miss the Jay Johnson Show live from TJ Ribs Mondays at 6 p.m. starting March 9th for the latest updates and game insights. The Jay Johnson Show presented by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. And things are heating up on the field, but whenever you're ready to cool it down, count on Slow Melt Ice. Since 1997, Slow Melt Ice has been a leader in providing packaged ice for industrial and retail businesses in South Louisiana. For more information, you can check them out at slowmeltice.com. That's slowmeltice.com. The meeting on the mound is over with. I believe LSU has two more, the umpire holding up two more meetings or visits. Of course, if Jay Johnson goes out there in this inning, that means Schmidt would have to come out. 2 balls and no strikes. Diomez Ross trying to make something happen here, and they're swinging a miss. A lot of swinging strikes as UCF hitters have been flailing out there. Schmidt from the stretch, the 2-1 fastball. That's a beauty on the outside corner, 2-2.
Ross not particularly happy with that call.
Yeah, he's going to call timeout and say, well, let me think about that one for a second.
Now the third base coach is making his way down the line. He wants to call timeout and talk to Ross.
Well, the head coach, too, is, I think, having a few words for Jason Bradley, the home plate umpire. Rich Wallace is up on the top step there, and he's letting the home plate umpire hear it, and I still see him saying something to the home plate umpire, who, of course, is trying to act like he can't hear him.
Third base coach for UCF is Shane Gerke. He called time and had a brief conversation with Ross.
Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Schmidt's pitch. That's in the dirt. Great stop by Aaron Beatty, who kind of backhanded that one. And it's now 3-2. The entire field covered in shade. The sun is setting in Jacksonville. The 3-2 pitch here in the 5th. Hit out into right field. Jake Brown, a few steps back, now a few steps in, and he makes the grab for the final out of the inning in right center field. No runs, a hit, no errors. The Knights strand 2, and we're through 5 now here in Jacksonville, and LSU leads at 7-0 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Elevate your game day spirit with Sugarfield Spirits, the official vodka of LSU Athletics. When crafting the perfect mixed drink, our vodka's the winning choice that'll have your taste buds cheering for more. Sugarfield Spirits, where the spirit of the Tigers meets exceptional locally made vodka. See our winning lineup at sugarfieldspirits.com or visit us at our tasting room in Gonzales.
If you live in Louisiana, you know what the mini plants up and down the river mean for our state's economy. And for over 40 years, Action Industries has been committed to providing quality construction, maintenance, operational, and consulting services through the refinery and petrochemical industries. When it comes to safety and quality, Action Industries beats the industry standard. Call today or visit actionindinc.com. That's actionindinc.com. If you live in Louisiana, you know what the mini plants up and down the river mean for our state's economy. And for over 40 years, Action Industries has been committed to providing quality construction, maintenance, operational, and consulting services through the refinery and petrochemical industries. When it comes to safety and quality, Action Industries beats the industry standard. Call today or visit actionindinc.com. That's actionindinc.com.
Follow the powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Tigers lead at 7-0 as we go to the 6th inning. Glad he could join us from Jacksonville. Zach York to lead it off for LSU against Kevin Schoneboom, who will work his first full inning of relief. Great job by William Schmidt to get out of that jam, mini jam if you would. York hits a towering foul ball down the right on the first base side, and it's 0-1. York on the day, quiet so far. He's 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts.
That should wrap up the day for William Schmidt. 5 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts through 91 pitches.
That one is a little bit outside. 1-1. I would say one of his better outings of his LSU career.
Oh, no doubt about it.
He looked really good. 1-1 is the count to Zach York. Just started the 6th inning with LSU up 7-0 as York takes a strike on the outside corner, and he's in the hole here 1-2. York's average has slipped to 360 with the 0 for 3 so far today. Big 3-run homer with LSU trailing against Indiana on Thursday. Popped him up. Should be an easy play for the third baseman, Crespo, who gloves it for out number 1. The LSU women's basketball team won easily today over Missouri, 108-55. And I don't know if I've ever seen this before in a basketball box score, Bill, but the Lady Tigers had 72 rebounds. 72.
Oh, my gosh. That is outrageous.
72-25.
Wow.
Missouri shot 24% from the field. You had 4 players in double figures with rebounds. As Stephen Milam comes up to the plate, there's a strike on the outside corner. Milam having a great day. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a single and a triple. He's got an 0-1 count on him here. Shauna Boom's pitch outside 1-1. You know, they were struggling rebounding the basketball earlier in the SEC play.
I remember that. I remember Coach Mulkey talking when they started 0-2. She cited the lack of rebounding, lack of toughness perhaps. And they reinstituted some drills. Bob Starkey started some old school rebounding drills that improved the ladies' toughness. And
1-1. They had some kind of contraption. That ball was in the dirt that they put on top of the rim, so the ball would always, you know, if you threw it up there, it couldn't go in the basket. Yeah. It would careen one player or the other, and I guess that worked.
Yeah, it definitely seems to have affected their ability to board.
Wow, that's amazing. 2 balls and a strike. One more home game Thursday night. That's outside, 3-1. I believe that's their final home game against Tennessee.
Yes, yeah, I believe they've home game Thursday against Tennessee, then wrap up the regular season at Mississippi State.
That's right. 3 balls and 1 strike to Milam. 1 out, nobody on in the 6th. LSU leading here 7-0. The 3-1. Milam got a piece of it, and it's 3-2.
So LSU, if they take care of business against Tennessee and Mississippi State to wrap up the regular season, should finish in the top 4 of the women's basketball standings in the league. And still, LSU still has a chance to make a case to be a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Milam. Down in the dirt, ball 4, and Milam in the cleanup spot today reaches for the 3rd time this afternoon. I'll bring up Cade Arambidi, who knocked the cover off the ball his last time up as he hit it over the left field wall. And that wind has certainly died down, but it didn't matter with Arambidi's blast last inning. 1 out, 1 on, 7-0, 6th inning. Maverick Rizzi continues to warm up in the LSU bullpen. UCF's bullpen is quiet, as Shauna Boom has got to figure out how to keep LSU from not scoring anymore, and that one was up and in to Arambidi. Milam, a short lead over at first. That's inside, 2-0.
Arambidi with that home run today now has 7 in his career. He hit 4 homers last year, primarily in a reserve role, and he has 3 so far early in this season.
2-0 count here to the big right-handed hitter. And the pitch. Good hearty swing, but he fouled it straight back, and it's 2-1.
Arambidi hit just .242 last year as a true freshman. but he definitely showed flashes of what he would become. And he's a year older and a veteran player, and looks ready to reach that next level.
2 balls and 1 strike. That's a nice pitch on the outer half. You know, there were so many question marks about the catcher position last year after Hayden Travinski and Alex Milazzo had moved on. It worked out quite well with Luis Hernandez and Cade Arambidi.
LSU could not have found a better transfer catcher than Luis Hernandez. He fit the role perfectly.
2-2, grounder down the first base line, foul.
Hernandez was a great player, but also, as Jay often says, an even better person.
Yeah.
And he really shared his knowledge with Arambidi and helped to develop Arambidi throughout the year last year. Hernandez's leadership was something that was kind of went under the radar a lot on that team last year, but he was a huge part of the Tigers' success.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Milam the lead over at first. A pitch to Arambidi, another hack, and he fouled it back into the netting again.
And now Arambidi can do the same thing with Omar Cerna. Now Arambidi's the veteran, and Cerna is the touted true freshman.
Of course, Hernandez was not drafted, so he ended up signing a free agent contract with the Twins, and hopefully he'll make his way through their minor league system. Fouled at the plate, stays at 2-2. Major League Baseball draft 20 rounds, and of course the collective bargaining agreement expires at the end of this season, and there's talks about even reducing the number of rounds going forward. It'll be 20 rounds again this year, but after this year, who knows? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch, a little bit high, 3-2.
I can remember a day when there was no limit to the amount of rounds.
It's just whenever you just stop picking.
You just ran out of interest in drafting players. I remember LSU players being picked in the 66th round.
Yeah. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Good at bat here by Arambidi. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3 to throw down the second. Milam steals the bag, though. Second stolen base of the day for the Tigers. And for Milam, that's his second steal of the season. 2 away now in the 6th with LSU up 7-0. Arambidi strikes out. He is now 1 for 3 today. Seth Dardar will come up to the plate. Dardar has struck out, sacrifice fly, and he's walked and scored. Milam gets his lead off at second. The shortstop, Lodis, shades over towards the middle to keep him close to the bag. Big swing by Dardar, who never gets cheated when he swings. 0-1. He grips it and rips it. And so far it's worked out for him with the 2 home runs and 10 RBIs and 4 doubles, hitting .421. The 0-1 to Dardar. Hits one a mile high out into center field. Ross now moving into right center field in front of the warning track. Gloves it for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-0 LSU over UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Zach Bryan.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Live action of LSU Fighting Tiger baseball continues from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Maverick Rizzi completing his warm-up tosses as he's the new pitcher for the LSU Tigers. But before we talk about him, let's take 10 seconds for station identification here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Maverick Rizzi made a team-high 24 relief appearances for the Tigers last season. He has now been called on for the third time this season, Bill.
Maverick Rizzi on the hill, the big 6'9", hard-throwing right-hander for LSU, sophomore from Fiskdale, Massachusetts. Led the 2025 National Championship pitching staff in appearances last season. He's a guy that LSU will certainly count upon for a strong relief effort this year.
3 appearances, 2 2/3, just the 1 walk, and the 4 strikeouts. Has not allowed a hit or a run, and that's the key here again for him. Just like with William Schmidt, his big issue last season for Rizzi was throwing strikes. He had 19 walks in 24 2/3 innings. Faces the heart of this UCF lineup, 2, 3, and 4, Javier Crespo. Just swung and missed at a pitch, and it's 1-1, and a great outing from William Schmidt here tonight. The 1-1 tapper by Crespo, and it's foul, 1-2.
5 scoreless innings for the Tiger right-hander William Schmidt. Gave up just 3 hits, walked just 1, struck out 7 through 91 pitches.
So 16 strikeouts now for Schmidt on the season, looking really good. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Jake Brown, the right fielder, will move in and make the grab. 1 down here in the 6th inning with LSU leading it 7-0. Nobody on base. Tigers trying to go 3-0 here in Jacksonville. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Text home run to 31996 to get your $59 AC system check. AccuTemp Services, proud partner of LSU Athletics, as that pitch is outside to Andrew Williamson from Maverick Rizzi. Williamson hitting .333, 0 for 2 so far today. That's down and in, and it's 2-0 to Williamson. It's probably he is their best player, left-handed hitter. 2-0, that's way outside, and it's 3-0. Landon Moran is on deck. Here's the 3-0. Ball 4. That's not good. Don't want to see that. Up by 7, walking a hitter on 4 pitches. And Landon Moran, who's very excited to see someone other than William Schmidt. He struck out the 2 times he went up against Schmidt. He's now hitting .240 on the season.
You're right. Walks were an issue last year for Maverick. Those 19 walks in 24 2/3 innings. But he did pitch very effectively on several occasions last year as a freshman.
That one missed a little bit outside. 1-0 to Moran. Just 1 walk for Schmidt, so that's just the 2nd walk issued by LSU pitching today. The 1-0 to Moran. Way outside. And that's 6 straight balls for Maverick Rizzi, and that means Aaron Beatty's going to go out and try to settle him down.
Yeah, I like the leadership by both Aaron Beatty and Milam. They both signaled toward the mound as if let's talk about this a little bit. Let's settle the big guy down and get back on track.
Landon Moran is a 4-year player. First 3 seasons at Stetson. Played a bunch there at Stetson. Hit .268 last season. 5 home runs, 41 RBIs. Left-handed hitter against Rizzi. The 2-0. That catches the outside corner, 2-1 on the fastball. Heard that one pound the mid as the fans have really thinned out here. It's It's chilly. 2 balls and a strike. In on his hands, a little floater. Rizzi catches it, and getting back to first is Williamson. Great move there by Maverick Rizzi, who is a big kid, as many as you know. I mean, he's 6'9", so for him to, and it helped that he was 6'9" because he was able to stretch out and go get it, but good footwork there on the mound to somehow glove that thing.
He used all of that long wingspan to reach up and make a backhanded grab on the little flare.
So 2 outs now in the 6th. Man at first, 7-0 LSU. Tigers are the visitors here today. As Zach Skinner takes one inside, 1-0. Skinner singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. Schmidt struck out the side in the 4th. Schmidt struck out the side in the 4th, including Skinner, who takes one up and in, and it's 2-0. Rizzi looks over at first. Williamson has his lead, probably not going anywhere. There's a strike on the outer half, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Skinner. Hits one sharply to the second baseman, Dardar. Will go to first, and that will end the inning. Dardar was played perfectly on that as he was shaded towards the second base bag, handled the 1-hopper, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We're through 6, and LSU leads at 7-0 over UCF on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Ew, it's a roach!
Fear not. Champ is here. Your weapon is Bengal Roach Spray. Bengal Spray technology is designed to flush out the entire colony, targeting the source of the problem, making sure these pests don't die unseen in your walls, ensuring far-reaching results that prevent infestations from returning. Now that you're all protected, my job here is done.
Bengal, the official pest control of LSU athletics.
In a region famous for its cuisine, Blue Plate Mayo has been a staple since 1927. From New Orleans to Lafayette, Houma to Baton Rouge, it's the mayo Louisiana reaches for when it's time to make something delicious. Whether it's dressing a po' boy or making that perfect dipping sauce for crawfish, it has to be Blue Plate. Blue Plate Mayo, the official mayo of LSU athletics. That's the good stuff.
Ew, it's a roach!
Fear not. Champ is here. Your weapon is Bengal Roach Spray. Bengal Spray technology is designed to flush out the entire colony, targeting the source of the problem, making sure these pests don't die unseen in your walls, ensuring far-reaching results that prevent infestations from returning. Now that you're all protected, my job here is done.
Bengal, the official pest control of LSU athletics.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
We head into the 7th inning from VyStar Ballpark in Jacksonville. Jeff Palermo and Bill Frankes with you on the LSU Sports Radio Network, and UCF has dove back into the bullpen, and this will be the 5th different night's pitcher of the afternoon, early evening. And our pitching changes are powered by Sunshine. Need a game-changing upgrade? Trust Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, to keep your home turf in tip-top shape. And Roman Kimball is the new pitcher.
Roman Kimball, who has SEC experience. He transferred to UCF from South Carolina. He's a senior right-hander, 5'11", 185 pounds, native of New Hartford, New York. As he comes on to face the bottom third of the LSU order.
Braden Simpson, Mason Braun, and Trent Caraway due to hit here in the 7th. Right now it's Simpson. Simpson takes one outside, 1-0. The lights starting to take effect here at VyStar Ballpark as the sun has nearly set.
First time we played under the lights here.
Simpson has reached base twice, twice. He's walked twice and he struck out once. That one's a little bit high, 1-0. Kimball was not used very much last year for the Gamecocks, made only 8 appearances. Was used a lot more in 2024. In fact, he was a starter, or half of his appearances were a starter, but he didn't have a very good ERA, a 6.32 ERA. The 2-0. That's in there for a strike. And actually started his collegiate career at Notre Dame.
And this season, he's making his 3rd appearance on the year, an inning and a third. He's given up 1 run, 2 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts.
2 balls and 1 strike here to Simpson, who's hitting .375. 3rd straight. He has started every game in left field this weekend. Hits one out into right center field, and the right fielder can't get it. Williamson grabs it on a hop. And a base hit. 7th hit of the day for the LSU Tigers. And our base hits are brought to you by Bengal Pro Exterminators. Guaranteed overnight extermination with Bengal.
That's one of many positives of this weekend has been the play of Braden Simpson. Really has embraced the opportunity to get some playing time in left field and has performed well on both sides of the ball.
Pitch was up in the zone. He took a good swing at it, and a nice single out to right center as Mason Braun will come up to the plate. Braun hit by a pitch in the second, walked in the third, laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunt down the third base line. Javier Crespo not playing for the bunt here. He's way off the line, the third baseman for UCF. And he's back. They have a couple of pickoff throws over to first. UCF, they love throwing over the first, I tell you that. They have thrown over there a bunch. 7-0, nobody out. We're in the 7th. Good lead there by Simpson. Up high, and it's 1-0 to Braun, who had 3 hits on Friday.
And of course, we really like what we've seen so far from this young guy, true freshman from South Bend, Indiana. Regarded as one of the top high school first basemen in the country last year. Of course, he can also play the outfield.
Hitting .353. There goes the runner. Ground ball past the diving first baseman, Moran. And getting to third base easily will be Simpson. Moran holding on. The runner, Simpson. And Braun just got it past his glove. And then with Simpson running on the play, easy first to third. Tigers got something cooking here in the 7th, already up by 7. Runners at the corners and nobody out.
Excellent execution that time on the hit and run by the Tigers. Simpson was off of the pitch. Braun delivers another base hit as he continues to make big contributions very early in his college career.
Trent Caraway now a hit, 2 flyouts, 3 flyouts, but one of them was for a sacrifice fly. Hitting .346, 12 RBIs now for the third baseman as he takes strike 1. Kimball is set. Here's the 0-1. That's outside, 1-1. You don't see too many pitchers with the jersey number 1, Bill. Very few.
You're right. You know, one that sticks out in my mind was, you'll remember Tennessee in the 90s had a pitcher named R.A. Dickey.
Yes.
R.A. Dickey wore number 1.
Well, he threw a knuckleball, so it's... You got to be a little bit off your rocker to be throwing knuckleballs, right? To learn that. So wearing number 1 kind of fits.
He was a great pitcher in college, and he went, I believe he had an MLB career.
Yeah. Very good career.
But I remember he came into Baton Rouge, I believe it was the 96 team, and highly touted, and LSU just
dumped him.
Gave him a very, very unpleasant experience, as I recall.
2 balls and a strike. Low and away, ball 3 here to Caraway. Nobody out in the 7th. 7-0 LSU.
Of course, Gavin Guidry right here at LSU wore number 1 in 2023.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Gavin wore it in 2023 and 24 before becoming number 8 prior to last season.
But the thing with Guidry was let's get the 3-1 pitch here out of the way first. Ooh, strike right across the belt. When Guidry walked on the campus, you didn't know if he was going to be an infielder or a pitcher.
That's right.
So that kind of makes sense. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Trent Caraway. Runners at the corners. And the pitch. Just missed outside, ball 4. Bases are loaded here for Derek Curiel, who has reached base 3 times today. A couple singles, hit by a pitch, and he is grounded out. We'll have a pinch runner as Caraway's day is done.
Looks like William Patrick will run at first base for the Tigers, freshman from Monroe, Louisiana. And we'll have a mound visit. Looks like the pitching coach, Drew Thomas, is making his way to the mound, and he's going to make a change.
They have a left-hander warming up in the bullpen, and we'll tell you about the freshman lefty that will enter this game. Pitching changes are powered by Sunshine. Need a game-changing upgrade? Trust Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, to keep your home turf in tip-top shape. LSU is up 7-0 in the 7th and looking for more on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Get ready, Tiger fans! Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Live action of LSU Fighting Tiger baseball continues from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Tigers have the bases loaded here in the 7th inning. They lead it 7-0, and UCF brings in a freshman left-hander by the name of Caniel Rosado.
Rosado, the first lefty we've seen for the Knights this evening. He's a 6'1", 205-pound freshman from Castleberry, Florida. On the year for UCF, he's making just his second appearance of his career. No decisions, an ERA of 0. He's worked 1 scoreless inning with no hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. And he's facing the returning 2025 National Freshman of the Year, Derek Curiel. Curiel already with an RBI base hit today.
Curiel hitting .313. He's got 6 RBIs, nobody out, 7-0. LSU leads it in the 7th. Rosado set and the pitch. That one's in the dirt, 1-0. Rosado attended Central Point Christian Academy in Florida, Castleberry, Florida. Ranked as the number 4 left-handed pitcher in the state of Florida by Perfect Game. Rosado comes set and the pitch. Tried to hit the outside corner, missed, and it's 2-0. He represented Puerto Rico's under-18 national team and really performed very well. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. And Curiel hits one out into center field. Ross going back, and it's over his head, and one hops the wall. The merry-go-round starts. 1 runner scores. 2 runner. Well, they're going to get the second runner in. They throw to first as the ball was, or throw the third as the ball was cut off. A 2-run double by Curiel. Trent Caraway had to slide quickly back to third base. And Curiel with the 2-run double to make it 9-0.
As we said, the 2025 National Freshman of the Year, preseason first-team All-American, projected as a first-round draft choice this year, and he demonstrates why.
So Simpson scored. Braun scored. And that was William Patrick, who had to go diving back to third. William Patrick was on the heels of Braun. He read that very well, that the ball was going to get over the center fielder's head. It's 9-0 in a big swing from Jake Brown, who's 1 for 4.
And William Patrick probably is the fastest player on the team. He nearly ran right up the back of Mason Braun.
He got the stop sign there really late, and then the ball was cut off in the middle of the infield, and they had a play over there at third base. Daniel Hardin has come in as the pinch runner for Curiel now. So he's at second, so Curiel's weekend here in Jacksonville is done. Another very good weekend for him. 3 hits here today. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jake Brown, who's got 5 hits on the weekend. Brown will take one down low. Curiel finishes with 5 hits on the weekend. 2 balls and a strike. Way outside, and it's 3-1. 9-0 in the top of the 7th. William Patrick, the runner at third. Daniel Hardin, the runner at second. Rosado, freshman, trying to get through this. Hard ground ball past the diving second baseman Calise. 1 run scores. Here comes Hardin from second. He scores. It's 11-0 Tigers as Jake Brown reps a 2-run single out into right center field. Give Jake Brown now 3 RBIs on the day. He's got 16 to lead the team.
Jake Brown, like Derek Curiel, veteran player at the top of the LSU order. Both of those guys have been extremely productive this weekend. LSU is in complete control of this contest, and now we'll see John Pearson grab a bat. Pearson will pinch hit for Zach York.
It's 11-0 LSU in the 7th. York is 0 for 4, or excuse me, York went 0 for 4. John Pearson comes into the game hitting .500. He's got a home run and 3 RBIs. Takes strike 1. Pearson is 3 for 6. Started on Friday. Big swing there by Pearson. Pearson went 1 for 2 on Friday. 1 run scored and a walk. He's in the hole here 0-2. LSU has scored 4 here in the 7th, 4 in the 5th, 3 in the 3rd. They lead at 11-0. Brown still in the game over at first. Nobody out in the 7th. Pearson fouls one off. So what do we know on the mercy rule here, Bill?
Well, I'm trying to get official confirmation. I know it's been discussed, but it wasn't mentioned in any of the official literature we received from the tournament organizer. It hasn't come up in any of the games here. So let's see if I can get an official confirmation.
No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Down in the dirt. Brown's going to take off for second to throw. It's on the money. Beautiful throw by the catcher, Skinner. And they get Jake Brown trying to take the extra base. First out here in the 7th. So now John Pearson is batting with nobody on base. 1 out, 1-2 count. Rosado still pitching from the stretch. inside, 2-2. Pearson bats from the right side. Really good hitter against left-handed pitching. Took a swing there, but could not make contact, and that's the second out.
And I have confirmed that the 10-run rule is in play in this game. So if UCF scores less than 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, then the game is over. At this point, with the score 11-0, unless LSU has the lead.
Milam, big day for Monster. 2 for 3. Scored twice, a triple and a single, and he's walked. 11 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Tigers. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for UCF. First pitch to Milam coming up. Strike on the outside corner. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Text home run to 31996 to get your $59 AC system check. AccuTemp Services, proud partner of LSU Athletics. The 0-1 as Milam takes strike 2. Rosado trying to get out of this inning. LSU's already scored 4 runs. 2 outs, nobody on, and an 0-2 count to Milam. Milam hits one out into center field. Shallow center field. Long run here for Ross. He's coming in, and he'll make the catch for the final out in the inning. But the Tigers strike for 4 more to take a commanding 11-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th, and all they need is 3 more outs to get the Mercy Rule victory, and Maverick Rizzi will take the ball to see if he can get it done. We'll be back after this here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. The 7th inning stretch of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball was presented by Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet.
We head to the bottom of the 7th. LSU 3 outs away from a perfect weekend here in Jacksonville at VyStar Ballpark. The Tigers lead at 11-0, and Maverick Rizzi will try to finish it off.
Bunch of changes for the Tigers to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Daniel Harden is in left field now.
And the first hitter here is Stephen Chuck, who takes one outside.
William Patrick is now in center field. John Pearson is playing third base. Ethan Claus is now at shortstop.
And that's wholesale changes. Strike 1 to Chucka.
Braden Simpson stayed in the game. Braden Simpson moved from left field to first base.
The 1-1 is in there for a strike.
Omar Cerna Jr. is now the catcher for the Tigers. So Pearson at third, Claus at short, Harden's in left, Patrick is in center, Simpson now at first.
So the only two guys that
Cerna catching
that are still out there that started, Seth Dardar and Jake Brown.
That's right.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch by Rizzi. Swing and a miss as Chucka strikes out. He'll finish this day 1 for 3, and here is Jordan Lodis, who really had no chance against William Schmidt earlier, who struck out twice. Serving the world's best baby back ribs, fresh seafood, and Cajun-inspired comfort food, TJ Ribs is where baseball fans go to celebrate. Join us all season long for the Jay Johnson Show, located at 2324 South Acadian Thruway. Lodis now hitting .261. Takes ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a strike. This pop-up in the infield at second base, and it's Dardar who squeezes it for out number 2. And the Tigers are 1 out away from an 8-0 start to the season. Noah Rabin, who is 0 for 2. And for UCF, 3 hits here today. And if they don't get another hit, that means they'll only have 10 hits for the weekend. Tigers got 10 hits in this game. They lead at 11-0, 2 outs. First pitch to Rabin's a strike. 3 infielders to the right for the Tigers. The pitch by Rizzi way outside, 1-1. LSU will be back home Tuesday night against McNeese. Then they'll welcome Dartmouth and Northeastern this weekend to the box, or next weekend. There's strike 2, 1-2. Fans get on their feet here. Not many are left on this chilly early Sunday evening in Jacksonville. Maverick Rizzi to 1-2. Missed a little bit low and outside, 2-2. The ones that are here are very vocal. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Rizzi brings it. Fouled it off towards the LSU dugout. Fencing there in front of the dugout. Kept the players safe. The 2-2 once again. Fouled off to the left side. Help shape the future of medicine with Velocity Clinical Research. Participants can receive compensation, access new potential medicines, and get free study-related exams. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. The 2-2 once again. Misses low and away. This would be win number 16 in a row, dating back to last year. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch off the outside corner, ball 4, and Rizzi walks his second hitter. This is his second inning of war here tonight, and now he'll have to face the number 9 hitter in the UCF lineup, Braden Calise. UCF will fall to 4-3 with this loss. Calise has flown out and he's walked. Right-handed hitter. Calise will dig back in. Rizzi, he comes set. They are not holding Rabin on at first. Didn't mean to swing, and the ball hit Calise's bat, and it ends up above the LSU dugout. 0-1. Scalise, an open stance. Stands right in the middle of the batter's box, maybe up a little bit. The 0-1. There's strike two. Good fastball, 95. Again, UCF down to its last strike. And the 0-2 from Rizzi. Outside, 1-2. Slider at 84. One ball, two strikes, two outs. Rizzi's pitch popped up down the right field line. Jake Brown calling for it. He makes the catch and the Tigers win. Tigers win as they go 3-0 in Jacksonville and improve to 8-0 on the season. A dominating win against UCF as the Tigers take care of business, beating UCF 11-0. LSU comes out and high fives all around. The coaching staffs exchange high fives behind home plate. And the Tigers will head back home to Baton Rouge with an 8-0 record. And we'll get ready to take on the McNeese Cowboys on Tuesday night at Alec Box Stadium. We'll take a break and we'll start to recap this one when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors. The Kubota L Series is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. They're designed for easy operation and feature performance meshed attachments. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.